rebel like that. Okay, was that origami?
No, it's not
That's
me.
a paddling.
No, not the last paddle.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Alright, so who remembers where we left off yesterday? Well, when I say yesterday, I mean last time. I don't know, a couple days ago? 2 days ago? Something?
Wednesday.
I was in the party room with a whole bunch of rats just raving.
That's right, the party room is happening. Saltbeard was in the other room.
Yep, being a pirate.
Name's not even Saltbeard. Copperbuckle was in the other room. Stealing gold lettering off the wall. Classic. Good old maneuver. I like that one.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
What?
Bard, were you in the middle of burrowing through a wall?
No, he stopped that because you guys were going in the room, so he was going to rob the place blind.
Yeah, you guys were like, oh, well, this is going to take like an hour, so fuck it. And you guys are just going to go the other way. So I'm like, all right, well, we're just going to close the door behind you guys and steal the gold lettering.
Yeah, so the goblins didn't notice, yeah. I mean, I'm down with it.
Just, don't let the goblins hear.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And don't open the door when you die, because he doesn't want them seeing. Yes, so as I recall, there were a bunch of rats, 50 even, in the room.
It was something like that. I swear you said 50.
They all shrieked when you opened the door. They were all standing at attention because they've heard 10,000 alarms and smashes and loud noises and screams going off. But yeah, they just scattered from the center of the room. There's a massive putrid corpse lying in the middle of the floor. Yes.
Can I smell the stench from where I'm at?
Oh, fuck yeah, it stinks like shit.
Oh, then I try not to puke and I just close the door back.
Well, if it were only that easy. Unfortunately.
Oh no, Mr. Frodo.
Oh no, Mr. Frodo. It's all bad. It's all bad.
What in the good, sweet, Nurgle encrusted hell is that?
You woke it up. So give me I guess initiative rolls then if we're gonna try and close the door.
Fuck yeah, I do.
You're closing that fucking door.
Oh, that's a +2.
Oh shit, we're gonna have to have a roll off then. Alright, 1d20 again, Origami, here we go.
Okay, then we gotta carry the shit and roll properly. Oh.
Well, looks like
Fox initiative.
She's gone.
Oh, she
I gotta
died.
find it.
It's there, I promise.
The dice
They failed you. Well, I know who's going last.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, it should be right. Oh. Okay, well, I still know who's going last. So we're gonna have the giant corpse. We're gonna have Zaz and then Delia and Talon bringing up the rear. Unfortunately for Saltbeard, he yeah, how about that? It's interesting how your character just kind of teleported to the back of the room, Mr. Talon.
I know.
Oh.
The goblins are the first one right at the door, so I don't really have to worry that much, but it still was kind of like, on second
I mean,
thought.
the Eidolon's nowhere to be seen. You can roll initiative for it, though.
Nah, just dismiss it.
Well, it takes you like 10 turns to summon it. Something. Maybe even more, eh? It's like 10 minutes to summon, so it would be 60. 60 turns to summon the damn thing. You might want to keep it around.
Alright, sure. We gotta leave it over there, I guess. And initiative 11.
Oh, okay. Not too bad. It can go before Foxy does.
I think the thing has like a 40-foot move speed.
20.
20, really?
Yep.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
It's a little
So
slow.
1,
I've got a character
2,
sheet for it.
3. So that's 15, 20. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I mean it can go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, yeah.
Just
1,
diagonal.
2, 3, 4. Or wait, that counts as 1?
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So Zelphus, I've created
Mhm.
character sheets for you in your Eidolon in Roll20. So those are your Eidolon doesn't have his skills yet, but whatever. That's minor. It's not like you're going to be using those like all the time. So let's begin. This is a giant nasty bastard beast. It's composed of multiple corpses. Although it looks like there was a giant something used as the base. It looks like it was stitched together more with magic than it was with like alchemy, for example. That said, might hurt a little bit here. So let's see what he does to our friend the goblin. You know, just to get a taste for what combat could be like. Okay, well, he crit. Failed. So, that's good. That's good for you guys. You survived. I'm going to go ahead and say he accidentally punches a hole in the wall. Okay. Is that
Which wall? There's a lot of walls.
the north wall? So I'm going to go ahead and we'll mark on the map. So this thing just like rears up a big right hook and accidentally cleaves this wall open.
That'd make a hell of a noise.
Yes. So Copperbuckle probably shat himself. I mean, just a little bit though. You know what I mean? Because he hears
Teeny bit.
this huge like crash as something massive bursts through the adjacent room.
Should bring him over to the wall where the door was.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, there's an idea. All right, so we now have good old fashioned origami. What's Saw's up to? It's his big plan.
Well, that's for next turn of combat, obviously, because
Yep,
this turn I'm preoccupied.
I'll throw you in. That's also a bit of a sad roll.
Indeed, it is. How much are these letters going to be worth?
We'll see. We'll see when we get them appraised.
The door's still open, right?
Mhm.
I close the fucker.
Okay, you close the door. Cool. So yeah, because the goblins are tied to you, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that was sort of an interesting choice. All right, the door is shut.
I'm
Um,
trying.
you just watched it punch through the wall. But the
just nope. Close door.
that's
and
right.
I knock it.
Slam. You lock it.
I lock the door.
Okay. Fuck it. We'll say it has a lock. So yeah, you lock it just for fun.
Let me see. What does it have? I only have javelins and what goes.
Well, we'll
Oh,
say
we don't have
we'll say
the
that.
gnomes. So we can
Sorry,
jam one in the door so we can block it.
you're gonna jam a javelin in the door.
No, I was saying
Oh, the
if
gnomes.
we
Yeah,
had gnome, it's just jam
that's
it
true.
there.
Okay. So is there anything else you're
Um,
gonna try and do on your turn?
I suggest we leave or
All right. Well, you slammed the door, so that was your turn. It's now the Eidolon's turn.
all right.
Well, it's going to start having to move its way over. Have to work its way past the dwarf who's busy stealing things.
Well, you could have just ran straight down to it because he punched through the wall there.
Kinda don't. I think we should leave, not
So-
try and fight this thing.
Oh, okay. So you just want to like hightail it out of here?
I doubt it can climb a ladder or a giant shaft or an elevator.
True. Well, the elevator's down right now, which is nice.
That's as I recall. Otherwise, I would have to stand and fight because there's no way that thing's gonna rickety its way down in time for us to leave.
All right. So the Eidoline's just gonna like run to here or something by Copperbuckle.
As far as it can go towards me.
About as far as she goes.
All right then.
Foxy, what's your big plan? The door is shut. You can't see the beast anymore. Delia panicking a little bit.
I guess since the door shut, can I just ray of frost the door to try and make it stronger hold against it?
Wouldn't exactly work. Unfortunately, you'd probably be damaging the door if anything. You could try and freeze the lock, I guess. But I think that would do more harm than good.
I don't think I can really do anything with the door closed.
Okay, you're gonna make your way into the elevator then? That the plan? We shouting at the rest of the crew, just like, hey, just gonna back it up a bit.
Hey,
I would.
cheese it.
That's right, yeah.
Sure.
My character's not exactly a frontline combatant.
How about you, Mr. Talon? What's the big plan? So your character can move up to 6 tiles, Fox. If you're curious. Remember, you can always calculate it on the map.
Yeah, so go to the back of the elevator so people can come into your
Well, actually, she wanted to be at the front so that she could possibly use things to keep it back, basically.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Alright.
I doubt it'll work against it. We can try barbed chains. Try and anchor it in place.
Like once once you see it again, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's gonna pass through the doorway to get there.
Yeah, no, I like that idea. So are you just gonna run Talon also onto the yeah. Okay, sweet. Sure. Well, round 2 of combat begins. Okay. It's I'm just gonna simplify this attack because he's just doing a full attack on the door to break it, obviously. Okay, so the door has busted open. And he's now staring down Zaz.
Question, this was a what door?
It was a bitch door, Mr. Rules Lawyer.
Well, that's the thing, like, okay, break DC of 13, hit points of 10, okay. But then it would still have to get through the stone wall, because it's a 2x2.
Yeah. Would it?
Yes, it's a 2x2.
Or
You
is
can
it
go through one
very
door.
fucking fluid?
Well, if it's fluid, then why would it be a skeleton?
Oh, fuck, boy. It's everything now.
Mm-hmm. Sound of the DM scribbling down more bullshit stats.
That's right. You want to make this thing worse? I'll go. Alright, it's a fucking T2000 or of the shit that thing was.
Borrowed enough.
Alright, we'll have it punched on the wall. I'm not the guy who has to get back through here, though. So the door is busted, and it's staring at Zaz.
Whose turn is it? My turn?
Your turn, yes.
So, Here's a question. How does this thing have... The fuck would that be? Like, 30 dex?
30 dex.
It has a +7 to hit?
Oh, that'd be strength. But it's got a base attack bonus and then strength.
I'll go throw a javelin at him.
Okay,
Go hold my ground.
cool. I like it.
Where's the top stuff always?
Nicely done. Yeah, I'm down. All right. So 9 damage you rolled. That's pretty good actually. Keep forgetting you can add your strength to javelins. Beastly. All right. So the javelin sinks into the beast's flesh.
Also, I'm just roaring Salty's name as best I can.
Okay, well it's roaring
Like
back
in a
at you,
panic tone.
but it's not in Dwarven, so you're just
Sure,
having a little
sure.
scream off, which I'm totally down for.
And I guess I end my turn. I should try and hold my ground until the Salty comes by.
All right. You now have the Eidolon's turn.
Well, we can put it as kind of a brace against the fight. It's not going to... Well, if it does die, at least it'll buy us some time to get our resident dwarven expert to the elevator.
About that there, Tim.
You gonna dig your own way out of there?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, dwarf pretty stumpy.
Dwarf slow.
2 turns of combat.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, I can make it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I can make it 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all she wrote. But it's not even my turn yet, though. Or is it my turn after the Eidolon?
It's after the Eidolon is your turn, yes.
Okay, so it is my turn. Never mind. So is this goblin occupying this square?
Technically, no. Technically, they're just surrounding Origami.
Yeah, that on the same tile as me.
I guess actually Origami's now a 2x2 because he's like massive with all these goblins on him.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a fair way of looking at it. What is Copper Buckle's turn?
Okay. Well, staying in character, this is going to be interesting. Out of character, fucking hell.
Okay.
So I imagine the in character thing would probably be, you know, step, open the door. What?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Just what? Looks at the lizard,
You see-
looks back at fucking the beast of Nurgle, looks back at the lizard.
My face went pale.
Like, how do you respond to the beast of Nurgle staring at you?
You take a will save and you start running.
Yeah, like I can't because Origami's in the way. He's standing on the tile I'd be standing on. So I guess I would have to move to that tile, I guess?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sure.
But
Let's
then
move to...
attack of
but then-
opportunity. Your favorite word.
True.
True as meant to be, but I did attack it first, so I know it's coming from me.
We don't talk about things that are large having 10-foot reach usually either. Just ignore that one.
Well, it's 10-foot reach, but still only 5-foot attack of opportunity.
Not if, well, okay, depends on the edition, but yeah. Let's not worry
I'm
about
pretty
it
sure
too
that's what it is
much.
for Pathfinder, though. Mr. AD&D.
I know, yeah. The good days. I think that's 5 though.
Yeah, that is 5, but if you're trying to say that, like, origami can't run, though.
No, because he can do a 5-foot step, can he?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, origami could.
Yeah, so he's fine.
Well, I don't much feel like getting smacked by this thing, but I
Fair.
don't much feel like standing in range of it and letting it smack me
Fair.
next turn as well.
What's the big plan, Salty?
Well, your stupid ruling that I can't hit this giant fucking creature multiple times with one shotgun blast kind of ruins that plan.
What do you mean? Yeah. That's just what it is though in the rules.
Yeah, but the rules are asinine.
Oh, now we don't like the
No,
rules.
I'm a rules lawyer,
Rules
but I
lawyer?
still
No,
hate all
you're
of these
you're
rules.
the worst kind of rules lawyer. It's the one that's like, when the rules work for me, I like them. Otherwise,
No, I'm enforcing the rules on myself as well. That's why I'm not just saying I'm shooting him like because he's
Point blank.
occupying 4 squares.
4 square. Yeah,
And 7 year.
that's right, boy. What?
4 square and 7 strength ago, this character might have lived through this fucking dungeon.
Well, if you run for it, you might make it.
I didn't think you guys were gonna wake up the fucking rats. Not my fault.
How are we supposed to enter that room without waking up the rats?
Like not setting off the alarm, or screaming, or smashing through glass walls, or trying to mine through a wall, or a few other things.
It sounds like we've pretty much done everything we could to bring this on ourselves.
It sounds like I'm gonna just try and mine through the beast of Nurgle's face with an anchor.
Oh, that's true. Your anchor does hella damage, so I'm down for it.
But I can give you one little piece of help as soon as my turn rolls around.
Good hit, my man. Good hit. So you smash the anchor in this thing's face. It's visibly upset, as you would imagine.
Getting hit with 40 pounds of steel would probably do that.
That's
to
right.
you,
Let's
yeah.
just say like you just take the fucking like lower jaw right off.
Look back at the lizard. We'll talk.
Right, so we are on to Fokshay.
Is he 30 or 35 away from me?
It's 30.
30.
Okay, well, I have a question. Does he have any metal on him at all?
Yeah, we'll say there's some metal that seems to be like magically fused to him, like holding bits together. Sure.
Well, there's also Origami's javelin stuck in him.
That is true, and it does have a metal tip.
Yeah, the tip on it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that. Oh, bro, you're gonna shit your dick. Attack of
Okay,
opportunity can do 10 foot.
What?
Yeah, it's up to your reach. Sorry, Fox.
So would I be able to like attack him and also do an action otherwise?
Depends what that action is. What'd you have in mind?
Just pulling out the cloak and seeing if that had any effect on him if he saw it.
Okay. I mean, if you're not moving, I'll say you could do that.
I did move 1 square.
Oh, do you
If
have
you
to
burn-
move to get in 30?
Yeah, burning is 25.
Oh shit! Is it 25 plus something per level?
Oh, plus 5 feet per level.
So you got 30 then because you're level 2.
Okay, then.
So you're good. Yeah, no, you could do that then. I'm fine with it.
Just like want to see if he reacts to the cloak at all, and if not, then she's gonna attack him.
Okay, sure. So you like pull the cloak out, and um, you see for a second a hint of almost intelligence behind its eyes, but nothing. No reaction other than that.
Well, that's it.
Still gonna go for your burning.
It's between burning and hypnotism, I think was the other one.
You got magic missile still. That's another good one.
I feel like that one might risk like hitting the others more.
Actually, magic missile can never miss.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Burning's cool though. What do you think? You want to chance missing on the guy, or do you want to hit? But then if you hit with burning, you do more damage potentially. So, got these trade-offs, you know?
Guess I'll just do magic missile since it doesn't miss.
Sure. Give me 1d4 plus 1. Now, next level, you get to fire 2 missiles off.
Whoa.
That's when things get fun, because they don't have to hit the same target. And again, they don't miss, so... Alright. So you... how does Delia fire them off? Does she finger guns? I feel like she probably wouldn't. I like to finger guns my magic missiles, but...
I think I said that she does it through her bow.
Oh, right! That's super cool! I forgot about that. So, you have your bow out and you fire off a magical arrow. And it smashes this thing. Pierces it in the chest. White light sort of streaking off it. Super cool. We have Mr. Talon now. Potentially
Well,
with the
since
big
we're
save.
apparently fighting.
Well, it's just the dwarf can't get out right now. He's desperately trying.
Bard, are you going to run or are you going to fight?
No.
I'm fucked either way. This thing is going to kill Salty.
The dwarf has a really slow movement.
Alright. Can I get from where I was located, can I get within 1 tile of him for movement?
1 tile of the fucking beast from there?
The dwarf. No, the dwarf.
Oh, yes, actually. Exactly.
Alright, so that counts as contact, right? For
Yeah,
purposes of
that's
spell
contact.
distance. Alright, let me bring up the...
Now,
Nope, that's not
normally...
it. Resistance is not enough. Where is it? Mage armor. I'd like to confer that onto him if that's possible.
It's only... Oh, hang on. Let me double check.
Invisible, tangible field surrounds the subject of a magic spell, providing a +4 armor bonus. Unlike regular armor, mage armor involves no armor check penalty, arcane spell failure chance, or spell reduction.
Okay, so... Sorry, that's my apology, because mage armor back in the day was only on the caster himself. That said, it's a +4 armor bonus, so it would replace the armor he's wearing. It's
so it doesn't stack.
It doesn't stack with armor, which works for you as a wizard and works for your pet, which doesn't have armor.
Son of a bitch.
Unfortunately, and that's okay. You didn't know that, so
then we'll put resistance on Bard in that case, because it's not the same as having +4 armor, but it gives him a +1 resistance bonus on saves.
Well, you could put your mage armor on your Eidolon.
The Eidolon's replaceable. Character dies. Game over.
Yeah.
Besides, resistance is also a within distance touch.
Okay.
So.
Zelphus, you are entirely allowed to make any decision you would like to make, any move here.
No, let's play it by the rules
Oh, no,
as they're written.
I just want to say, if we want to potentially do fun cheese with spells, you could always mending the door.
I'm gonna mend the door and the wall. Yeah,
Well, you could-
He
let's
hasn't
not
broke the
mend-
wall yet.
No, but he broke the door, and you can mend a door. Well, if you mend an object, it restores it from broken to half its health. Which for the door ain't shit. He's still gonna
I was
punch
about to say,
through
to
it.
quote a DM, what's a shit door borrowed?
Well, it's true, but he has 2 attacks, and that takes 1 of them.
That might give the dwarf a better chance.
That gives the
I
dwarf a
mean,
hell of a better chance.
Is this a distance object, though? One object up to a range of 10 feet. Yeah, that's doable.
That's perfect.
All right, then sure, let's try and...
You don't need the roll
Sorry,
for it.
Bard, I really did want to give you a better armor rating, but...
Yeah, I mean, if you did that to me, I would actually be much less effective.
You don't need the roll for mending, as far as I know.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, then. Well, let's mend the door.
Well, yeah, because it only works for inanimate objects, so the object can't be unwilling to be fixed.
Not yet. But
Well,
yeah.
then it'd be an animate object.
No, you're
level.
right. So the door slowly starts piecing back piece by piece. The creature looks really confused. As you can imagine. It just all of a sudden
looks at the door, looks at the caster. Hang the fuck on.
Wait, didn't I already break this? Alright. So let's go get this guy. Okay, so the door just pops open again. I'm gonna go ahead and say everyone, Zaw is the Eidolon Talon, and Salty, just make a reflex save. See if you get hit by like the door being shattered.
Oh, I'm hit.
Okay, so you just take 1 point of damage. Nothing major.
Reflex,
I want to say.
Yeah.
I want to make a rage.
Okay, yeah, you can enrage on your turn for sure. Yeah, that's fair. So Salty
wait, I
dodges
can't-
it. Somehow he's in the blast point, but he's just like,
Well,
no.
and or like it just kind of hits the armor, just tink tink. Okay.
That's true. Yeah.
Don't make doors
Okay, so-
like we do.
What do I have to do so I
So-
could reflex it? Okay.
Yeah, just
Where
d20
is
plus.
that?
I mean, you'll have some.
It's
bonuses.
underneath your touch AC. It's ref.
In main?
So the Eidolon's fine.
Don't know. Okay. I was gonna say I don't know how you managed to click that twice.
I clicked it twice because I'm a goof.
Yeah. So
Real-
going
Real
in
question
main,
though,
under
who's
touch.
throwing pipes in the background?
Whoa,
that's
buddy,
some,
nice. All right. So only Talon gets peppered a little bit, which is fair. He's the one who fixed the damn door. If anyone should suffer,
The door comes back for Events Beyond the Grave.
that's
It's
Dharma.
No, it's even better. It was over. You brought me back.
All right.
Right back to this hell.
I'd escaped that stench, and now you've.
So we have you enraging. What's the big plan,
no,
Zaz?
a reflex.
Oh, sorry.
I
It's your turn though. Did you want to go into Berserker Frenzy?
I want to go Berserker Frenzy and pop a
His mom just beat him, I
rage
think.
power.
Okay. And what rage power are you popping?
Was it bull charging bull?
Okay.
What?
What does Charging Bull do? Give you a bonus to your Bull Rush?
Yeah, I meant to say bull rush.
Bull Rush is a combat maneuver. It's not a rage thing.
Oh, you
Yeah,
can
that's
still rage though.
Yeah, I mean, he
Yeah.
still could rage, but what does that even get him, though? You get
So +4 con, +4 strength, +2 to will saves, and -2 AC.
And I could use it as a charge. And I could push them off by like 5 feet, which I don't know how it's gonna work because Borrow's in the way. Exactly, so I don't know how it's gonna work.
but yeah, all these squares are kind of occupied.
I'm gonna say that. What do you guys think we should roll here? But I love the idea of doing the charge and Zaz pushes, Copper Buckle behind him as he runs. But what would you have Copperbuckle roll, or would you have Zaw's roll?
Well, what would the role necessarily
that's what
be
I'm
in either
thinking.
case?
So I think maybe a strength from Zaw's makes sense, being able to throw Copperbuckle behind him.
Yes. I
Are
could do
we,
that.
we kind of okay with that? Now, if we wanted to sort of, again, mechanically cheese the game, you could always have Zaw's delay, do a 5-foot swapperoo dickaroo, you know what I mean? But
Oh no, if I succeed and if I was able to push the 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 monster off, I could take his place, like the 5 feet.
okay, yeah, I like that actually. That's really fun.
Well, that also a little bit of like I don't really know what the hell section of the rules it would be under, but
Mhm.
like he's 7 foot tall, I'm 4 foot tall, so he could like half step over me, half move me out of the way.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's probably somewhere in the rules. It's like you can't do that. Fuck you. No fun allowed.
Well, again, I don't really play too close to the rules. I mean, I use them as a guide, but yeah, absolutely.
All right, so what do I roll for the
Uh,
charge?
Bull Rush, I believe, is your CMB, no?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have that on your sheet. It
got
should calculate it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's auto calculated.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Whoa! Hey. All right. I mean, that's a good rule. I'm just gonna give it to you. Figure out how to properly calculate Bull Rush at some other point. I've played Dungeons and Dragons and similar like Pathfinder and stuff
Oh,
like
okay.
that
You
for
take a
like.
negative.
Sorry.
You take a -4 penalty on this check for each creature being pushed beyond off.
Okay. But I'm saying I've played this game for like over 10 years now. Like 14 years, I guess. 16 years. Jesus. I've been playing these games for 16 years. I've never seen anyone use Bull Rush. Like for real. I've seen people charge, but I've never seen a Bull Rush. So yeah, I love it.
What about Trip and Sunder and all that?
I have seen Trip, never Sunder. I don't know. People just don't really generally use it. Either way, Zaz just flies in there, pushes past the little dwarf, smashes into the creature, and boom. This is what we're looking at. Oh, that's true. Yeah, don't forget the goblin armor. I feel like these goblins may be dead. All right.
Well, I mean, I guess if he had a goblin tied to his front, then that would take the hit before he did.
Potentially.
Like, have the goblin on his chest and like one of those
I
fucking baby harnesses.
I would say it would like soak up the first part of the hit, and then whatever goes through the goblin goes through. Either way, we're on to the Eidolon's turn.
Does the goblin confer an AC bonus?
Against arrows, probably.
Yeah.
Might as well have an attack, I guess. Well, no. Yeah. It needs to back it up. Let's go for it. Can I get the Eidolon to combat or no?
You can, yeah, because that tile's technically free.
Roll to hit. No.
It's a little bit of a miss, yeah. The Eidolon sort of
That's-
bites at the air. Maybe it just gets an unimportant part of the arm or something.
Yeah, that'd be a 4 overall.
Here you go, Mr. Copperbuckle.
Copperbuckle doesn't have to only do a 5-foot step anymore. So
But
I think
yeah,
I think Copperbuckle's probably gonna, cheese it.
good up.
You can't reach me.
Or can I? When's the last time we went to the entrance of the dungeon? I'm just kidding. There
Yeah,
was
by the
two.
way, this monster can teleport too, because fuck you.
No, I tend not to use that. Just on annoying little goblins.
Un, don, trois, quatre.
That's good. Yeah.
De, whatever.
Yeah.
I am not a French.
So are you gonna take a shot as well?
If I did, I would hit so many fucking people.
Yep. You want to take a shot as well?
Also, it only has 15 feet, so I would have had to have fired it from where I was.
Yeah, and then you wouldn't be able to move.
Yeah.
Alright. On to Delia's turn. She gonna save the day?
How would I save the day?
Oh, I don't know, magic. Copious amounts of magic.
Problem is like everybody's in the way.
Magic missile never misses.
It's basically the only thing I can use.
It's a pretty good spell. It's a lot of fun. You could
I
try
have a
and Ray
limited
of
use of it
Frost.
though, right?
Sorry?
I have a limited use of it though, right?
Yeah, you have 5 a day, I believe.
What was the other thing you said? I'm sorry.
I mean, Ray of Frost you could try and shoot. You know, you do have to roll for that. So you've already used Hypnotism, actually, today. So you have 3 magic missiles, 3 level 1 spells left. Which is still, you know, still got options.
I guess I'll just use magic missile because it's the only thing I can use, really.
It's the safest option.
Out of turn question, Raffle.
Yeah.
So you didn't give us a depth for this elevator shaft, just that it went really far down beyond where we are.
Yes.
How tall is it between us and the top level?
100 feet.
Okay.
How long's your grappling hook?
Well, my grappling hook, I think it has like a 20-foot length of rope on it or something. But I also have an extra 50-foot length of rope, but
It's
that's not what I was planning on doing.
okay. What were you planning on doing? I'm curious. I'm gonna say it's 40 foot for real talk, though.
I mean, that point I could, but see, what I was planning on, yet again, this is all out of turn, was getting us all on here, bringing the platform up, and then loading one of my adamantine bullets and shooting the fucking chain so the cartridge or the carriage just
I do like that though. I like that. That's fun. Save that for later.
Yeah, first we need to get everybody on the fucking carriage.
So give me 1d4 plus 1, Foxy. Very nice. So it's boom, another bow twangs out, flies, snakes around Talon, loops up and over a goblin, and smashes this thing again in the chest. It looks like it's starting to bleed. A little bit.
Green viscous garbage.
It ain't good. It's actually bleeding almost a smoke. It's a blackish blood that slowly like smokes up into the air as it reaches the ground.
What's in the canister?
All right, Mr. Talon. Give us a good one.
Well, barbed chains on the target.
Sounds good. So, barb
Beat him
chains.
about the head.
Are you using it like for damage or to trip him?
I was actually hoping to pin it to the wall, which, if it's perforating, it would do damage, I think, but...
Run, Boyle. Just run.
I thought barbed chains came out of the ground.
If you're pushing the chains through the floor up into the wall, you're skewering it, yeah?
Yeah, it's on the DM.
Oh, fine. We can anchor him to
So,
the floor. I really don't mind. The idea was to immobilize the target and inflict a little bit of damage, but if we're picking one or the other,
Run, Boyle.
sure.
my rolls tonight are terrible. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna leave. I'm done trying to fight. I'm done using the Eidolon. I'm just gonna leave as soon as my turn allows.
Should have ran first.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well,
live and learn, or die and learn.
Yeah,
as it-
because Raffle's gonna be one of those guys, right? You can only attack after you're done moving. You
yeah.
can't move and then attack.
Yeah, that's how we've always played it.
Well, I
It's
guess I got tanked 2
it's to
turns.
stop like ranger cheese because rangers are fucking good. But you know what I mean.
Ranger next. What?
Well, it's just it's just to stop someone from being. I shoot the guy 5 foot away from me and then I run. It's like fuck you. Don't be an asshole. All right,
You mean 10 foot away, 5 foot with a bow with an opportunity attack.
that's true. That's true. Very true. Let's see. Oh, I think that misses. I think he takes a swing at Zaz and Zaz deflects it with his cutlass.
Twang.
Thank God. All right, Zaz, give us a good hit.
Hmm.
Take a 5-foot step backwards.
He'd still be within its range, and then he
But
wouldn't be
I
able to hit
got-
it.
True.
And I'm very fast lizard.
Yeah, you're a beast, dude. Go for it.
I mean, yeah, you could just try and sprint.
But I want to do something different. What was it? What's an attack? I can only use rage power once.
Yeah. You're still raging right now, though.
You are, yeah, still enraged for time being.
Okay, I guess I attack.
Okay. So give me an attack roll, and then you get to add +2 to your attack roll on top of everything else because you're enraged. Because you have 4 extra strength, and you get to add another +2 to your damage. Okay, so it's a 22 and 10 damage. I'm gonna say.
That's a crit.
Well, it's not a crit, but it's pretty good.
It's only naturals.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, what's
that's
your
not natural.
what's the cutlass's? It's not 18, is it? For the crit mod?
Cutlass.
Uh,
Feel you.
yeah, no, 1820 x2.
Nice. Yeah. So that is a crit, Origami. Nicely done. Roll the damage again, man. So it's 1d6 plus 6.
Oh, I just rolled the individual. So, 1d6 plus 6.
Beautiful. So you just did 19 fucking damage. How's that feel?
So basically, I just samurai chop him. And
That's
just,
right. What limb are you
One of
aiming
his-
for?
His right limb, the main,
Like his arm?
his whatever he's attacking with, I just chop that shit off.
Yeah, you
Its
just,
main arm.
that's right. You
Its
just
main
chop
arm.
its primary arm off. Fucking gone. Just like flopping on the ground, and black smoke is pouring out of it.
Suddenly, our lizard Chewbacca turned into fucking like Jet Li or something. He goes,
He just fucking rushes in there enraged. He's like, motherfucker. I love it.
I'm not gonna die today.
Okay, Eidolon's turn. Talon, give us a good roll.
Attack with the bite.
Woo!
Not sure if that works though.
Well, your bonus to hit is 4. So, what is it there?
17.
17? That's a hit,
Pretty
yeah.
good. All right, roll for damage. Bite is shit. What was it? 1d8,
It is.
and then there's d6 or bleed.
Yeah, this thing doesn't bleed, but yeah, it's 1d8.
All right then. Cool.
1d8 plus.
I think it's plus
2.
3.
Plus 2.
Okay, so that's
From
9.
its strength, yeah.
Oh,
it's
but
still-
it has the extra thing though.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, not anymore. Now it's got more armor. 'Cause Zelbus was upset at it like dying, so it has like it took the natural armor now.
No. Attack, bite, 1d8 plus 3. Did it swap off the...
You looking on the Eidolon sheet that I'm looking at?
Yeah.
See, 1d8
Attack,
plus
bite,
2.
1d8 plus 3, and 1d6 bleed.
Oh, there. Oh, wait, what the fuck?
That's because it's...
1d8 plus stir.
Yeah, but the bite evolution, because it already has bite, then it goes from a 1-time strength mod to a 1.5. So instead of plus 2, it's plus 3.
Yeah, but I'm saying he doesn't have that one because he has an armor one now.
So he swapped off the bite evolution?
Right, yeah. He's still got his bleed and he's got his armor.
Okay. I guess
Yeah.
I need to change my sheet for that then.
That's alright. I have it in the fucking roll 20. I put it in there. Spent like 2
Yeah, but
fucking long.
I don't think I can look at that though.
Can you
It's
not?
That's not my sheet.
Yeah, in all players' journals. Should be able to look at it. No?
Nope.
Don't worry about it. Either way, yep, you bite it, and it's fucking just pouring. Like this thing is going down real bad. Mr. Salt, Mr. Copperbuckle, Mr. Guy who is panicking and whining and complaining. Oh no, an enemy that hasn't damaged anyone yet. Woe is me.
Well, seeing as how it was right next to Salt, and it was either attack of opportunity and do nothing.
Yeah, but Talon
or do
saved
some-
you.
Yes. Well, I think
Rebuild that door. So say you just need the trust in your team more and panic less.
so. If I moved to here, then it'd be 15 feet. I'd have to move to here for a 10-foot range.
Yeah, that's correct.
1, 2, 3, 4. Shit.
Oh, you want, yeah.
I don't wanna.
I mean, you can just fucking shotgun through your ally.
No, not that. I want to fucking hammer throw my anchor. Goddamn
I
it!
knew that's what you were going for, yeah.
Damn it!
I mean, I got uncanny dodge.
Yeah, but he can't get close enough. He's too fucking short.
Plus, if you do get close enough, my exhaust will just glare at you angrily.
Yeah, Copperbuckle just doesn't have the range, that's all. It's too stubby, his legs. They don't work the way he wants.
Yeah, damn it. Yeah, like any of my options for range, aside from hitting you in the back with a shotgun, is now moot.
I suggest you just aim your shotgun when we make it out of there.
Well, fine, yeah. Salty can move up to like here or something, so he can still run his ass back and just fucking cock the shotgun. Like, that's about all I can do.
Okay. You gonna finish it off? Maybe?
If I shot, I would hit
Oh, I meant
or
Delia.
Oh, okay.
Delia gonna try and ready her magic bow for one final volley.
I'm using up all of my spells.
You got one left. You're gonna need it for that last round. I'm just kidding.
8-hour rest.
I have one left or I have two left?
Well, you have two, but you're right. I was just assuming you were gonna cast magic missile. Sorry, I was taking away your agency. Oh dang.
I see.
I was just getting hyped, dude. I'm like, oh shit, Delia's gonna get the big kill, maybe.
That doesn't impact our experience or anything, does it?
Oh yeah, you get the lion's share, clearly. No, I split it pretty equally, or else people get real mad.
Yeah, you're level 3. You're all level 2 still.
Yeah, that's why I'm sending miss a session.
Yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and shoot it again. Since nobody moved out of the way, so I can't use the spells I wanted to use.
That's right, yeah. Alright. Give me 1d4 plus 1, please. Beautiful. A shot rocks off. This one, instead of hitting it in the chest, goes right through the damn thing's skull. Its eyes roll back, and it dies. Collapses. It's just spewing in the smoke. Eventually, the whole corpse is gone.
Is the smoke still there?
The smoke eventually dissipates into the air.
Oh, Zaz just collapses and catches himself on all fours, just breathing heavily and just whew, exhausted.
So is the combat over?
Yes.
All right, lizard. What the hell did you do in the 2 minutes I was occupied?
I just fucking growled. Like, I'm having none of it.
Oh, fuck you, lizard. All right, knife here. What did the lizard do? Fox.
You talking to me?
Yes. You're an elf, you're
I
a
want to
knife
believe
here.
Delia was like, "You talking to me?"
You talking to me, shorty? Cocks a shotgun. I am elf.
She would look at you confused, like, what?
Dwarves are all racist to elves
True.
and orcs
And everything.
and giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everything that's not a
And humans because of that extra feet.
Yeah.
She would just say, we found the rats.
Now, I might be on the water more than I'm on the land, but that is not a rat. Was not a rat. Human, any input?
I honestly don't know how he did it.
You don't know how he pissed
What?
it off?
Yep.
Shouting back off the shaft. Fuck you, Ollie!
Well, in front of you is a door. A small door. Unassuming.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be like weird to try and do detect poison on my comrade since I'm worried that that smoky stuff was like poisonous or something?
Hey, no, I'm totally cool with that. That's a cantrip, right?
Yes.
Sweet. So you can just cast it whenever you like.
Do I have to roll for that one?
I believe. Oh. Shit. I forgot to get a picture of that one. Fuck. Detect poison. Okay, so it's a. Oh, okay, no, you just automatically know whether a creature, object, or area has been poisoned or is poisonous. That's kind of cool. Then you can determine exactly what kind with a roll. So you detect there's like a faint poison about this, like something sort of magically unhealthy, if you will. But it doesn't seem like it's detrimental necessarily.
Okay, so probably not at risk.
Yeah, I would say so. So we have like a 5-foot door here. All yeah, I know you're thinking. Well, just walk through then.
Lizard. Hey, put
I
one of the
I, I
goblins
just turn
through the
around.
door.
Hmm.
Put the goblin through the door.
Oh, yeah. After taking gaining my breath back,
Mhm.
being exhausted because I was angry, I go to the door and usher one of the goblins. Which one has the lowest health?
Um,
The one that
the
was in
bottom
combat
left.
with us.
Yeah.
Bottom left. All right, and I usher him in, trying to go through the door. Something.
Okay. So as he enters the door, you hear many like hissing noises, I guess is the way of putting it. And you hear him scream.
Lizard, close the door.
Hmm.
Can we determine what kind of hissing noises they were? Like what who made them?
Very snake-like?
I was thinking.
Question mark?
So
can I smell the air? Like,
Smell the air?
yeah, can I, because scent?
Oh,
Place.
sure, yeah, okay.
Can I like smell in this area like bad shit?
It doesn't smell bad necessarily. A little musty, perhaps. That's it.
But I smell it. I don't smell no like toxins or something like that.
No. You smell like dead rats.
Hmm.
Does anyone want to peek in the door?
Well, at least it's not Call of Cthulhu. No sand checks to worry about.
That's true. Not yet.
What's the thickness on this wall here?
That wall? You don't know.
In before it's just a deep cavern.
Well, I pulled out that snake amulet.
Okay. What is she doing with it? Just holding it?
For now.
Stand back, snakes.
I mean, it's kind of a small door, isn't it? You said 5 foot?
Yeah, it's 5 foot high. You'd have to, like, basically get on your knees, I guess, and shimmy in. Bend deeply. How
Aren't
tall
elves
is
only-
Delia? They're shorter in Dungeons and Dragons, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're only about human size, aren't they?
Yeah,
So she might have
they
to, like,
tend to
bend
be
her head
a
a
little
little bit.
shorter than humans. Well, okay,
Even
five
gave her height.
5 foot door though. Like even if you're 5'6", like you still gotta stoop a bit. 6 foot's a bit of a
And the lizard is fucking 7 feet.
yeah. You're gonna pop your head in,
Wait,
Delia?
When he's
Am I
standing, I'm
seeing-
guessing you're probably going all fours, right?
That's
Well,
right.
or he can like bend at the waist and kind of. Yeah.
But I'm 6 foot.
Well, lizards go up to 7. I thought you were 7.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a short lizard.
She kind of wants to know what everyone else is doing too. 'Cause
Well, I mean, Salty's about getting ready to go back at that wall.
Yeah, Copperbuckle's done with this shit.
Yeah. He's 6 types of done and a 5 type allowance.
he's going for this wall, right?
Yes. Because that's where the door used to be, so yeah.
Hmm.
My guess is that they lead to the same place.
Well, are we allowed to know that that door exists? These look like walls in the way.
Yeah, you don't know the door. I mean, no one's even looked in the room.
Well, aside from the goblin for a half second.
That's right.
Hmm.
Nobody wants to put their head in the door.
No,
Oh,
no,
for
I was,
fuck's sake, I'll do it.
I was no. I was thinking
Nope,
that
stand aside, lizard.
This,
If you're gonna start putting your head in the door, she's gonna hand you that amulet.
Don't give a damn.
Let's not walk in. Okay, well, it turns into a 4 foot high like sort of a cave, really, like a tunnel.
All right, since I was so gung ho about that, I probably banged my head as the ceiling got lower. So
You sure did.
Walk through the door.
You banged your head, and then as you sort of fell to your hands and knees, you
2 damage.
sure.
Stupid damage. Always stupid damage.
As you fell to your hands and knees, you notice the ground is covered in snakes.
Snacky.
Schnacky.
I'm glad this is not Call of Cthulhu because that'd be a fucking sand check right there.
Well, since Talon like rushed in there, Delia follows you because she has that amulet and she figured those were snakes.
Fair.
Good.
fair.
But
So are
she
you
crawls in there.
just holding the amulet? What's the plan here?
Yeah, she's holding the amulet out.
Does it work with like an AoE, or is it only for the person who's wearing it?
gone,
We're about to
snakes.
find out if
Be gone.
Zell's gonna get bitten.
All right, we'll say as you hold it out, there's like a small area around you where the snakes part. They let you proceed.
Well,
The
then let's
power
go
of
for an amble.
you.
Okay, yeah. Well, as you make it through, you come to a door that is painted onto the wall.
Like they just drew a damn painting of a wall or a door on
Mhm.
a wall.
And-
Well, nothing to see here. Time to go.
There is.
Detect magic.
Oh, excellent. You detect magic. Give me a will save there. You're trying to beat
Mm-hmm.
a. No.
I
So.
love how trying to use my magical divination
I'm-
talents are
I'm
actually killing me.
I'm really happy for this one. Um.
Possession.
No, so your character just essentially blacks out.
Perfect.
A minute
So
later.
that dispels the Eidolon.
Oh shit! Right. I didn't even think about that. A minute later, Talon does come to. There was a huge pounding in your head, and it feels like this sort of like a migraine. It was subsiding, but it does go away over the next like minute. However, again, just like this, you have a vision in your head of an object in this room, and it's kind of like pulsating to you, and it's a large eye. You just sort of see and picture this like very defined eyeball. Not an outside of an eye, just an eyeball staring at you. That said, the door is magical. And give me a spellcraft check. See if you know what's magical about this little painted on door. I believe you have a 6 in it. So should be good to go for me. I like it. Yeah, you have a 6. So that's right, Salty smashes it.
Every time they're rolling something, I'm rolling another fucking hit on this wall.
So the door is actually an illusion. So you and Delia immediately see through it, and it's just beneath the painted door on the wall is a real door that you can open.
I have a question for, well, how much health does Talon have left?
8 health.
I suppose that's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Though, Delia would tell him that if he starts to feel weak and that if he thinks there's a safe spot to go, she has one more of those potions.
Perfect.
So do you two enter the door?
Probably tell the others we found a door.
So here is my question.
All right, what is your question?
One of you is leaving with the amulet. One of you is staying. Is that correct? Or are you both coming back out?
Going back. Yes, because I'm not staying with the snakes. Sorry.
No, that's fair. Is there any way you could potentially make a wall by the door to stop the snakes from coming, so you could just chill there?
Cold, something cold.
I got
probably.
nothing.
Something cold?
Yeah, because snakes
She
don't
might.
like
I
cold.
certainly is. I can't.
So Delia, with your Ray of Frost, I'll say if you send Talon back by himself, you could keep the ground cold to scare the snakes away.
Okay.
Or use a torch and just stick it on the ground.
You might eventually smoke yourself out. You know, pull a Voco. It's up to you how you want to do it.
I have infinite use of Ray of Frost, don't I?
Yeah, so you can just kind of continuously keep the ground cool.
Okay, then I'll just give Talon the amulet so he can go back.
The room eventually turns into a small freezer.
They come back in, all the snakes are dead because Delia's killed them all. She's just been sniping them off.
The snakes
Just
go
finger gunning Ray of
That's
Frost.
right, and one for you, and one for you. Grinding XP. Holy shit! Was that a crit?
Yes, it was.
I love it.
Probably just gonna cause a cave in on wherever this door leads.
Well, funny you mentioned that.
Well, I mean, so far, Salty's at 121 damage dealt.
Oh,
Salty bursts into the room. Rubble
So do we-
falling all around you.
Looks back at the
At the
goblins,
same
"Fix your
time,
door."
Talon comes out and says, "Hey Zaz, we've got another door in here to come through." And of course, give me a perception check there, Miss Delia. But you definitely hear a huge crash to your north. Something.
Let me guess. Our dwarven
Okay.
friend has broken through the wall.
Well, to be fair though, Delia hasn't opened the little wooden door behind the painted door yet.
That's right. So she just hears like, and she's like, "Oh God!"
And in distance, got it!
Fixed it!
Question: do I get a perception check because I'm right next to it?
No, you don't need to hear it because the wall's open. You hear it perfectly fine.
Yeah, you'd hear a deafening crash from somewhere in room
Yeah.
7.
I turn my head as Talon is poking me in the shoulder. Is tapping me in the shoulder, I should say. I'm looking at you, Talon. Talon, what do you want? I'm staring at you.
Oh, well, I was going to say we fixed the... Never mind.
Fair. So you guys heading up with Copperbuckle?
But we gotta get
Yeah, I
Delilah
can't leave
out
her
there.
behind. Come on.
Okay, so Talon's gonna go back.
Them two can go that way. It's just, they open the door and Salty's already on the other side.
That's right, yeah. So is that what happens? Talon heads back and then they both head through?
Sure.
Okay.
I
So
want to do something. I want to do
What?
something fun. Can I poke my head in at once Talon leaves? And since this area is going to surround by snakes, can I do an intimidation check to the snakes?
I'm a bigger snake.
you're
than
gonna
you.
intimidate the snakes? Yeah, go for it.
I am the alpha snake.
Because I am a bigger lizard.
I would suggest
They're vaguely aware of the fact you're trying to do something. they kind of like stare at you and they're like, okay. Are you gonna eat us? Like, maybe they move away from you a little bit.
Yeah, they move away from me a little bit.
All right. So Salty breaks in the room. Delia and Talon open the little door and find themselves staring at a dwarf in a very peculiar room.
Hmm.
a dwarf holding his anchor like a pickaxe and a big broken fucking hole behind him.
Well, I guess it's a better escape route.
True. Yes, very true. So,
Beat you to it.
this is definitely a weird room. There's 2 doors to your north. Let me just draw those.
WIE or WYRD?
Oh, yes. In both sense. There seem to be just sort of random scrawling all over the wall, like languages that are complete gibberish. However, in the center of the room is a slightly raised platform, just slightly. And written above the door on the right, so the northeast door, if you prefer this one, the purple one, I drew that for you, is in common the phrase, "All other visitors, please use the elevator below.
As in, use the elevator behind that door?
That's just what it says.
Can okay. I'm just poking and not poking, tapping the shoulder of one of the goblins and just pointing at the sign of the comment as it's saying, what does it mean?
They stare at you and they seem to be unsure. One of the goblins says, "From what I remember, Raldir say this room has code in it." He doesn't remember anything about the elevator or the second door.
I pat his head for doing a good job.
Oh, that's nice of you. You've only killed 2 of his friends.
I don't think,
killed the other one.
That's right.
no, I don't think I killed them.
You shoved his head in the snakes. You fuck.
Technically, the snakes killed him.
The snakes killed. All I did was usher him in. Like, can you go check it out?
Mm-hmm. So, is there any way we could potentially look at all these gibberish all over the walls? Oh, sure. Sorry, Fox. And potentially make sense of it.
What's that roll so they could hold a grudge?
Hold a grudge?
The goblins.
Oh. So,
Well, okay, so all the gibberish on the wall, is it wrote on the wall? Is it carved into the wall?
it's wrote on the wall. But sort of scratched, like it was done with a chalk.
Hmm.
And it's just something about cold but no elevator.
How tall is the room, since the freezer is 4 foot tall?
It's about a 10-foot ceiling. So not a natural. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sweet Lord.
Origami microphone.
Yeah, I know. That's why I mute myself as quickly as I can.
Oh, okay. So Talon, throwing it out there, you are well trained in linguistics.
True.
It's possible you could maybe find a cipher or determine some sort of a pattern.
I don't know. With a 16, do you think that's enough?
Well, you have
16
more than a 16, right?
I think you have a +6 in it, or some +4 at least.
+7. So if you go to your character sheet, click on it and roll 20, and then you can scroll down, and I've spent like an hour and a half getting this set up, so you can read your bonuses to stuff. Either way.
While he's doing that though, Salty's gonna pop out a piece of equipment we haven't used yet.
Oh.
Gonna set down his treasure chest, open it, and digging through, pull out a little 3-foot bundle of wood. Clack, click, click, clack, clack. It's a folding 10-foot pole. He's gonna start poking the ceiling with it.
Oh, that's fun. You don't find anything poking the ceiling, but I do love that. That's great. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind for later.
Yeah, because a regular 10-foot pole is like 8 copper. A folding one, which folds into a neat little 3-foot long package, is only 2 silver. So it's like, why the fuck wouldn't you get that?
Well, if you're a peasant.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, like, carrying around a 10-foot thing is a lot harder than carrying around a 3-foot thing.
So Talon does actually, over a period of time, sort of deduce, okay, these are the most commonly used letters, and he builds a cipher, and he manages to, on top of the middle door, if you will, the left door, sort of, what's the word? Shit.
Determine.
I want to say, like when you take a language and you he translates. Sorry, my brain was farting. It's late. Translates another phrase, saying, "Only the brightest minds shall enter. Step on the plate, state your name, and proceed." So nicely done, Talon, making use of his scholarly ways.
Hmm.
You also have the read magic spell, which maybe you could have found like some magic wordage, but so
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm.
salty would be a bit of a sarcastic tick about this. So until it's explained to him, I'm not going to do anything.
Oh, welcome back, Mark.
Thanks.
I want to try something. Borrowed, you made this knowledge known to everyone? Oh,
what's
Talon.
Talon?
You're talking
Oh,
to
sorry.
Talon.
Okay, out of character, I want to go try it, even though I'm not the smartest character, but I don't know my name.
Steps on the platform.
So,
No, because I don't know my name at all.
oh, that's awkward.
Exactly. So I want to step on this and state your name. Hmm.
Oh, geez. Okay, so is Talon going to relay this information to the group?
Talon's gonna go AFK because the doorbell rang. So, borrow. Make the best choice you can, D&D, for this.
Okay,
So I guess he does.
sure. So as long as you step on it, nothing happens. You stand out and you go, nothing happens.
Alright, step off of it then.
Copperbuckle takes out a copper coin, puts it on the platform, and then announces money bags.
Nothing happens. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, I put the copper coin back in my pocket.
So I believe by far our brightest character is in fact Elia. She should have been a wizard, but in this life she was cursed a sorceress.
Old Salty is perfectly normal at 10 end.
Okay, she would state her name.
Stand on it. You state your name is Delia, and she is gone. In a bright flash of light and a rush of wind, she disappears. So Delia, you are in a room with a large altar. It's stone. It has a red velvet covering. And imagine, if you will, like a fortune teller's crystal ball. Similar setup in the giant middle of this altar, but it is a huge eyeball made of what looks to be crystal. It's about 1.5 feet in diameter.
Well, at least Delilah has all the artifacts in the dungeon.
Either way, back to our other party. Delia can think about what she does at that point. Make a will save for me, Delia, if you don't mind. So on your
Where's
character
that at?
sheet, that will be under your like main stats.
That would
there.
be very, very bad, is what that would be.
Oh no. Okay. Anyway,
Oh, no.
back to the rest of the group. Do we do anything? Do we just wait for Delia? Do we panic? Do we scream? Do we call her name?
Hopefully Zelphus will come back because he's the only other magic person.
But that doesn't mean intelligent. What does
Salty's
that
gonna
mean?
go kick the door and yell knife here.
So you don't hear any of that, Delia.
I'm just staring intently at this door.
What if I like jiggle the handle?
No, she doesn't hear it.
Does the handle at least jiggle?
No, actually, it's a false door.
Ah. Can I pull the door off the wall?
Okay, sure. Give me a strength check.
Another false wall. I mean, false door.
Unfortunately. Is Oz interacting with the right door?
I'm just looking at it. I might knock on it.
Okay. Um,
The door knocks back.
So as you knock on it, you feel yourself getting pulled towards the door.
Can I like somehow get out of like dodge out of it? Is
Yeah,
there
you can
like
give
a
me a
will save?
reflex or something. Actually, you're right. It would. Tech. No, it's not affecting your mind, so it would be a reflex or a strength. Okay, cool. That's enough for you to move. It wasn't a strong pull yet. You step out of the way.
Well, I'm seeing him like it tried to suck him in. I'm gonna like poke it with my pole. See if
Okay.
it pulls that in.
It tries to pull the pole in, yeah.
Can Delias see the other side of the pole? It's 10 foot long. That's, I guess, kind of metagaming.
So wait, what did you try and do? Sorry.
So since I'm sticking my pole in here and it's 10 foot long, would she see the other side in this square?
Oh no, but that's a cool idea. Actually, it does go through the door, but she doesn't see it.
Lizard. Ask the goblin what happens when they go through it.
I tap to show them the other one and ask, what? He starts on the plate.
Goblin
No.
make a goblin.
So I basically ask him, I just, again,
Like
same question,
gesture at the purple door.
gesture at the door.
So the one goblin heads over to. Are you asking him to go through it, or just because you just gestured at it?
Just, I don't know, probably asking, what the fuck, like gesture at the door and then shrug. Well, that's what I'm saying. Because, like, right this second, it's still trying to pull my stick through the door.
Okay. The goblin like stares at your stick and let's see, would he know? Yes, we'll say he says it's a trap.
Pulling my 10-foot pole back through that shit.
I also pat on his head, give him a thumbs up.
The goblin sort of looks around the room, and of course they've been hearing this conversation. Let's see what we got here. No. So he says, if one not smart, maybe all smart.
Here's an idea. I go over, pick up the lizard, put him on the pedestal, and then just say lizard.
You say lizard?
Fuck it, I'll do that. I just say lizard.
Just pick him, just put him on there, and just gesture at him. Lizard.
Nothing happens.
Well, that's the only name he has as far as Salt knows.
That's true, yeah. So, Delia, you come to. You've been unconscious for the last, 5 minutes or something. You're still in a room, and there's still this orb, this eyeball, made of crystal. And again, 1.5 feet in diameter, so this is a big boy. And it almost seems to be beckoning you closer.
Can I use like spellcraft on it?
Oh, absolutely.
Even very fast again.
So you can't really tell much about it. It's massively magical. The question is what, and you're not sure.
In the interim until Zelphus comes back, I guess Salty would be like, okay, well, the stupid lizard can't do it, and it didn't take my money. I'm just going to do it.
Okay, so you're going on?
Yep. Just waddles. How tall is the platform? Do I have to make my way like a hop up there, or do I just step on it?
Yeah, you can just step on it.
Okay. Look at the platform, look at the door, look back at the platform.
Are the goblins still attached to the lizard?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Brawlgar's just one big sigh, just.
Oh yeah, Fox, you
Brawlgar
do have the what's
Copperbuckle.
it, cape?
Sorry, what'd you say, Origami?
I was about to say, Fox does have the what's it, cape or scarf?
Yeah, the
Magical
cape.
cape or scarf.
Yeah, the cape. Yeah. Well, it's a
Zelphus has the necklace.
cloak actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even
Either
better
way.
than a stupid
So
cape.
you say Brawlgar, a copper buckle, and you feel a flash of light around you, and nothing happens.
You're not
Dwarves don't
smart
like
enough to,
magic.
to continue.
You have this like feeling as if something searched your mind and didn't find what it was looking for.
Stay out my head, wizard.
So we try and have Talon step on it while he's away. Feel like that's kind of
He's busy trying to cipher more of the symbols. I just pick him up and put him onto the platform.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. I guess we could leave him out here. One of the goblins. Wait, are they still both tied to you?
Yep.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, but to my sides. Yeah.
One under each armpit.
Okay,
Exactly.
I forgot they
Like,
were. I
I
forgot
get
they
them
were
head-
tied to you. Do you have a?
I give them head pats once in a while.
Do you have a waves? Like, does Zaz know his own name? Like
Huh?
in Lizard though, would Zaz know his own name?
He probably would try to recollect, but he was like small.
Oh, okay.
Like,
You can give it a shot.
I'm going to do a will
That
save, so
that be wisdom to remember his own name?
Intelligence.
no,
Wisdom
that's
is like
smart.
sort of street smarty stuff. I know you're not very smart. It's a problem.
So what should I do?
Give me
Wisdom?
intel. Oh wait, yeah. What the fuck? You're 13 intelligence. When did that happen?
When I told him that having like put his 7 in intelligence would take away from his total amount of skill points.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Yeah. Nope. So
Int roll that bitch.
Zaz, hop on. D20 plus.
Oh,
So Zaz steps on, and again in Lizard, so nobody understands him but himself. He says Zaz, and
oh no, he not sauce. I gotta roll to find his actual name.
oh, he just calls himself Zaz.
Yeah,
So,
Oh.
like, when he's talking to other lizards, he tells them to call him Zaz then? Is that how this works?
no, you probably found like a tattoo that looks like it spells like sauce.
Oh, like a prison tat.
Oh, or it could be like, you know what? This is me interjecting my idea onto your character. But what if your scales, like how some snakes have like happy faces and stuff?
Oh, that's
what
cool.
if you had Zaws in your scales?
It would be
like
hard
that's-
to tattoo a lizard.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, that's just my suggestion. Do with it what you will, because your character.
You know what? I'm gonna do that. And they use that like as a prison tattoo.
Okay, yeah, and I mean maybe they recolored your scales.
Yeah.
Something. Who knows?
Like, yeah, maybe if you like ripped
Magically.
them out by force, then it'd be kind of like scar tissue on humans.
Oh, okay, that's interesting too. Yeah.
Yep. I say that kind of.
All right, sweet. So anyway, yeah, you're through. So you see Delia, who's fairly weak, staring intently at this orb. So you get to make a will
Pat the
save.
elf. Head pat the elf.
Will save. Oh shit. I don't.
Now-
I did better than the elf did.
You actually don't even go unconscious. You feel as if the orb was staring at you, but it almost just like looked past you.
Looked through him.
That's right.
I was
yeah.
I was too stupid. Okay.
Well, what about the
Exactly.
goblins strapped to him? Is it staring at them?
It didn't do shit to them. Like they weren't even on the radar.
Well, I guess technically, yeah, they weren't really permissed to enter the room, so...
So, Zaz was actually potentially not smart enough to get in the room either, but his collective brain going through.
So I could throw Talon on my shoulder and then try it again?
Absolutely.
Oh, before you do that, I go between the orb
Delay.
and Delilah. I just do the hand thing, wave in front of them.
Oh yeah.
Are you with us?
Well, she registers you waving the hand thing. But so Fox, like you're fully in control of Delia. It's just you feel as if this orb is calling to you in some small way.
So you're asphyxiated to the orb.
It's almost as if, like, imagine Delia is a book and it's just reading, learning. It's not that she feels the need to carry it or the need to like help it in some way or protect it. She's just sort of being like almost in a little trance.
So I just stare where she's staring, stare at her. I ask her, basically tries to ask her for the cloak.
Oh, you're asking her for the cloak?
Yeah.
Doing gimme hands.
I don't think she would register what you're saying or understand you at all.
I'm just like not poking. I like keep saying poking. I'm pointing at like the cloak, the cloth fabric that you have.
So she's not currently wearing it. It's just like in a backpack or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah, so
nobody here
basically-
puts on their magic equipment ever.
I'm-
Not even
yeah,
an
so I'm
amulet.
just-
Nobody wears a fucking amulet. They hold it out in front of them. Who does that?
You have better control over where it is if you're holding it.
All right. So yeah, Salty, you're brought through with Talon. As you say
as
your
you see
name.
me just gesturing like the backpack to the.
Now, as you
Delilah.
keep getting closer to Delia and you're trying to get this cloak, she snaps out of her trance for a second, and you hear the eyeball orb speak. Now, it doesn't have a mouth, but it speaks, and it sounds like someone trying to like if someone who didn't speak English was trying to replicate an English speaker, but they're trying to say it in like a really crappy version of Delia's voice. And you hear a familiar incantation. And a half-formed bolt of light flies out and hits the wall.
I don't trust magic.
Well, Ollie's gonna love it.
This isn't the thing we were supposed to be getting, is it?
Well, you don't know what it is, but yes. Fuck yes, it is.
You know what? Okay, I think I'm gonna be kind of stealing Origami's idea.
Okay.
But look at Delia. Delia. Just, Elf, give me the cloak.
Am I conscious enough to hear that?
Yeah, we'll say you've broken out of your trance and you're confused, and you just keep hearing the orb trying to rephrase that, trying to form the words in Delia's horrible broken voice.
She'll just kind of reach in her bag and pull out the cloak and hand it to you. Kind of
One
slowly,
sec.
though.
I'm just looking for a lizard name.
Sorry, so
Super
Copper
Cat?
Buckle took the cloak. I heard that.
Yes. Well, seeing as how he wasn't here to state whether or not he did anything with it, I'm just going to assume that Talon is still absentmindedly holding the amulet in his hand.
Correct. He's just holding it like a dumb.
Also,
Alright, I'm gonna go snatch that out of his hand as well.
can I, when she was handing you the cloak, she kind of mumbles, "I want that back."
But yeah, so snatch that out of his hand. I have the cloak with me.
Okay.
So how far off the ground is this eyeball?
2 foot, maybe 3.
Okay. I'm gonna go over, toss the cloak over the eyeball,
Okay.
grab the ends of it that are now dangling down, and tie it off with the amulet string.
Oh, I like it. Okay. Done. You can no longer hear it trying to speak.
Now both of those are in the chest.
Okay, it's all locked up. All right, fun.
Yep. Locked up, turn around, look back at the elf. Can we leave?
Oh yeah,
She
how
just
was
kind of shrug at you because she doesn't know.
All right. Well, the door behind you bursts open. You can see into the room number 9 again, and a strong gust of wind starts picking up and building up through the dungeon.
Blowing us out or blowing us towards the room we're already in?
Yes, it's actually blowing you out currently.
I guess we're leaving then.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, just try not to fall on my face and slowly trudge my way towards the exit.
Okay.
Actually, before I do that, like, kind of turn to the goblins and just, I'm taking this. I need it. And then start trudging. Not like they can really argue, they're kind of tied up, but,
Tied up, and they're still sort of under the effect of hypnotism. So, yeah, they're all friends. Cool. So I guess that everyone's just gonna walk on out.
Well, it's not like a really strong gust of wind.
No, but you feel it.
Okay, because if you're gonna say it's a strong gust of wind, I'm gonna say I'm slamming some fucking pittons into the ground, tying off my rope, and then slowly walking down the hall so I don't get fucking thrown in the shaft.
No, that's fun though. Later, we'll have gusts of winds like that later.
There was nothing else of note in that room left, right?
No.
Oh.
Detect magic. Talon would probably be doing that, if he was here.
No,
'Cause he loves
he's
detect
done
magic.
with detecting magic, and I don't know if Delia can. Delia, give me a perception check because that was a smart thing to say. Okay, so like I mentioned, there was the red velvet sort of covering, like a tablecloth over the altar. You notice now that the orb's gone, there is a raised area just behind, like at the back of the altar, underneath the velvet.
Oh, maybe I wasn't here to hear that part. I apologize. I was over picking up my cat because it was bugging other people for attention.
Oh, no, that's okay. Delia found something potentially on the altar under the velvet tablecloth.
Because if I would have heard the velvet, then I would have used that for tying it up. Oh well, whatever.
Oh, I mean, you could always take the velvet and then swap it out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If the elf really wants back the cloak, then that can be done.
It does.
Yeah. Bring that with you, and we'll do that.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so what was with the velvet thing? Like, what else was there?
Well, as
was
you
some
take the velvet off, you can see what was underneath it, and it is a glaive. Two-handed glaive. The blade seems to shimmer unnaturally when it's hit by the light.
Could that be spellcraft to use on that?
Yes. Oh man, that's a critical fail. I mean, you don't even know if it's magic.
It's shiny.
It just appears to be some trick of the light to you.
Oh boy.
I basically point at the velvet
Or at the glaive?
no, the velvet blanket or whatever that she was holding. I basically want to wrap that up. to the glaive, like pointing at the velvet material and then pointing at the sword, and
Okay.
then doing the wrapping up motion.
Okay, so she would attempt to wrap up the glaive with the velvet.
Yeah, that's fine. And everyone gets the shit out of there. Is that correct?
There's
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
else of note.
No,
The
that's
room
it.
empty now.
You're good. All right, welcome
Wait,
back.
wait,
to...
wait.
Oh,
Wait,
no,
wait.
no, oh shit.
Wait,
Room 4. Room 4.
Huh? What?
Was this?
Oh, yeah. I was wondering if you guys are gonna ask about that.
Well, the
Well, I was-
goblin dickheads were guarding it, so
I know,
we were
yeah.
still friendly at
It's
that
just a
time.
shitty barracks.
Anything in the shitty barracks?
Rations.
No
That-
alcohol even? These are some boring
We'll
ass
say there's
goblins.
little bits of goblin alcohol.
Well, he's drinking shit worse. So
That's
I
right,
think
yeah.
Salty's gonna take a few swigs of
We'll
that
say,
for the road.
yeah. But nothing like of note, no. I just thought it would be funny to have like a guarded room. I thought you guys were gonna like focus on it at first.
But, was that axe like anything special or just a regular axe, the one that was like up in the ceiling?
That too. Thank you for reminding me. I had that down in my notes. I had to actually scroll back up to find that.
Well, how are you getting it down? It's like 60 foot up.
Yes.
We're all getting on top of each other's shoulders.
So if you made a noose or a slip knot of some kind, you could mage hand a rope up, get it around it, and then everyone could pull it down.
True. Well,
So
Salty has rope.
currently my rope is being used to touch the goblins.
Salty has rope.
So you guys do that. Give me a strength check, and you can add +2 to it, whoever does it, because you're all helping pull.
Whoever's the strongest should do it, probably.
Heave!
Okay.
19.
So it's it is a battle axe as it comes down.
Embeds
Hopefully-
itself in the ground.
No, hopefully none of hopefully none of you get hit by it, of course. It does seem like there is some sort of magical element to it. As Talon will remind you, he did detect magic in it.
Hmm.
Okay.
15. That's pretty good.
So
But is that good enough?
yeah, that's good enough. It occasionally crackles with a slight hint of electricity. And Delia, because she's, gone and crafted the spell, she tells you sort of the word to activate it and deactivate this electricity at whim.
Also, I got a bit of lore when we going up the elevator.
Okay, what kind of lore we got?
My character's lore.
Alright, before we do that, so Raffle, do you mean it's a battle axe as in like video game slang, or a battle axe as in literally what Pathfinder has written down?
What's Pathfinder? It's just a two-handed axe.
Okay, so that's video game slang. Yeah, because Pathfinder has battle axe written down as a one-handed, which
Yeah, I would think a two-handed.
alright.
That's a great
shall-
axe, and yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So retcon, rewrite, whatever. Great axe. Okay.
Hey, you got Talon back.
Wrong button. Sorry.
Oh, welcome back.
Does Talon have a spellcraft?
That's a good question. Let me double check.
Also, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks.
Who was at the door? Somebody important or just me?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yep, thus I couldn't get out of it. I do have spellcraft.
Okay, I have what was it called? A glaive?
A glaive, yeah.
Can you see if you can detect what kind of magic it is? Because I failed it.
They're kind of like a
Shit.
spear axe thing.
Okay, there you go.
Hey, nice. You can't determine the exact enchantment on it. but it's definitely possessed by evil properties.
Ooh, thank goodness I told Fox to carry in the velvet.
Yeah. Oh, right. We should probably fill in Zelphus on what the hell we did.
Oh, right. Oh, and so Delia really wanted to get her cloak back, so were you swapping the velvet for the cloak?
Well,
No.
knowing that it's evil, I'm not going to swap it out. I'm not touching anything that's touched that fucking glaive.
Oh, fucked.
You're touching the
Rip.
ball. I mean
That's
the
true.
eye.
The eye was floating above it, and the velvet was between it and the eye. So, I mean, like, he still didn't touch it. And even then, he put the cloak around it, so he still didn't touch the eyeball either.
But they betrayed the evil for evil.
We don't know that the eyeball's evil.
Which is the lesser of the two?
Hmm. Oh man, I would love to
Well, I mean,
like.
hey, if we're talking about bread instead of magic, then we have to pick the lesser of two evils.
Oh,
I was gonna say even
Banned.
amazing if my character just picks up the glaive and just
Just
will
starts eating it.
No. no
Evil? You
he
mean Nami?
he wills the evil away from it or some bullshit like that.
But so Zelphus, what you missed after
Hmm.
you deciphered the shit in room 9 was what Ruffle has in the chat there. You know, the whatever the hell, bread is mine shall enter bread. So by bread is mines, it actually meant those who are magically inclined and or smart enough.
Hmm.
So, like, Salty couldn't pass because he's not magically inclined.
I'll
course,
incline
Delia.
your magic.
Of course, Delia passed just fine. When she got into the other room, there was this magical floating crystal eyeball thing that started like reading through her mind.
Hmm.
I passed because I remember my name.
Yeah,
I will
Zaz.
get
Zaz.
that in a wow.
Yeah, Zaz was able to pass through because A, he remembered his name, and B, the collective intelligence and magical aptitude, I guess, of the goblins with him. So overall, being smart enough as one collective unit. So seeing that work, then Salty picked your ass up, stuck you on the platform, and held on to you while you said your name, so he came with too.
Nice.
After going into the room, and the elf temporarily snapping out of the hypnotism of the eyeball, then Salty took the necromancy cloak from the elf and took the snake amulet from you, put the cloak over the eyeball, wrapped it up with the amulet so it was tied off, and then threw it in his chest. So then it wasn't doing anything evil. Or whatever the hell it was doing, because he's not magically inclined. As far as he's concerned, the problem's solved now.
Hmm.
Yep.
And Fox found axe. I mean,
Yeah.
glass.
There was some red velvet tablecloth underneath the eyeball. It was on top of the altar or plinth or whatever the eyeball was floating above, and that had this evil glaive under the cloth.
Do not want.
Yes. And then we made our way back at the
Hmm.
hastening of the dungeon, because the dungeon's blowing
Up.
moderate gusts of wind at us, being like, "Get the fuck out!" So we're leaving.
Good
Now
call.
Origami can tell us his name.
Oh, we're all in the elevator.
Yes.
yeah, sure.
It's
Alright.
called a lift.
Let's hear the lore.
It's called the elevating platform.
Oh, actually, Origami, like, is this like
Get
an
on the hoist.
is this an in-character moment?
Yeah, in character moment.
Okay.
So as we're riding the lift up, my character just smiles and says, Kraz? Yeah, Kraz. Well, as common as a lizard person could get. So you hear
Kraz,
Raspberry
K-R-A-Z, K-R-A-S-S.
K-R-A-Z. I literally wrote in my sheet.
Raz? Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool. Raz, aka Zaz. Love it. Okay, so you remembered your name and you're just telling everyone. You pointed
Yeah.
at yourself when you said that?
No, I'm just smiling at myself.
Aw, that's nice.
Okay, lizard.
Well,
I mean, that is the first almost common word you could hear from my lizard mouth.
yeah, that's crazy actually to think of it. So we leave. We return to Faversham. Pretty sure Delia is busy hunting down a blanket so she can get her cloak back.
Just buy a new one.
My new
It's a
cloak?
special cloak.
But
It's the magical one.
you can have it enchanted.
No, it's like it has something to do with the
Speaking to the dead.
yeah.
Question, Raffle.
Yes.
What's down the other side of the path from Faversham?
Oh, nothing.
All right, we're leaving.
Oh yeah, I let go of
It's
the
a tower.
goblins from my possession.
Like an old watchtower.
Hendrig's Point?
Hendrig's Point. It's an old
I
watchtower.
have a question.
Is it decrepit?
Are the goblins still with us?
No. As soon as we exit through the elevator shaft, I just hand them like rational two and just hit at them and just wave goodbye.
Just put them inside the the barracks and just close the door like bye.
Yeah.
So
No,
when the hypnotism wears off, they're just in the barracks and they're very confused.
Fair.
no, I leave them outside with a little bit of food.
Okay.
I mean, they're gonna start looking and just be, "Where's this? Why is that broken? Why is this broken?
Why
is
are we
that thing
outside?
dead?"
So after, so you guys return to Faversham, and on the outskirts there is a little market stall, a few goods and such. Now Delia doesn't actually have any money to buy a blanket.
I just look at the dwarf, just cross my hands, like foot tapping.
What lizard?
He just stares intently, like saying, "You know what?"
The sassy lizard.
If you want something, you buy it. I'm leaving.
I'm just I point at Delilah, and then
Yes,
his
that's the elf
treasure chest.
walking.
I stop him by holding his chest treasure chest.
Oh, on his back? Nice.
He
Yep.
fucking digs his feet and just keeps fucking marching, like when little kids hang on to your legs.
Oh, yeah. That's sick.
Well, I dig my claw deeper into the chest.
Well, strength versus strength, boys. Let's see who rolls higher.
Nope.
Oh, come on.
Where's my character?
That's fucking trash. Yep.
Beautiful. You both rolled kind of low, though, really.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Fucking
Like, because
horrible.
you're both like beefcakes. I mean, I guess it's average-ish. All right. So Zaz does manage to pull you back, and he sort of turns you around and he stares at you face to face.
Lizard, you have 3 and exactly 3 seconds before I smack the hell out of you.
I don't budge. I just keep nudging my head towards Delilah. Like you know what to do.
I'm not giving it back until we're home. Goodbye.
Mm. I give him a squinty eyes and like do the like cross your heart promise.
I don't make promises to elves.
And I point to me.
If the elf lives long enough, sure.
I let go of the chest with like
All right, that's
like
fun.
four indents on it.
Oh shit, he's gonna be pissed. That's gonna be hard to buff out.
So, should we even bother going to Hendrix Point, or is it just kind of some flavor?
It's just flavor.
Alright.
I love
And maybe at
flavor.
some point we'll, revisit it. But right now, I was just sort of putting a fun thing on the map.
So
So,
let's go fish Ollie and the drunk gnomes out.
well,
the door.
as you head back to the boat and the bar, roll perception, everyone.
God damn it, Ollie.
Oh, Delia doesn't know shit.
Oh, that is salty.
Okay.
Lizzie
cool.
knows something.
So, how about you, Talon?
Did we lose Elphus?
I think we did.
My boy.
All right, that's fine. So you hear like a ding 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 ding, kind of like alarm bell going off. As you know, somebody's obviously just reefing on a bell, but you also hear a lot of commotion and shouting coming from the docks.
Salty's just shit, fucking trudging his dwarf ass that way.
So as you're heading there, 3 soldiers in a silvered plate mail sort of push past you, just because they do move a little faster than the dwarf does. Spouting like, or sporting rather, like a green imagery and not a tabard. I want to say a tabard, but what is it actually called? Borrowed because you did the research recently.
Well, what is it on them? Are they wearing it over top of their armor?
Yeah, it's just like a shirt over the plate mail.
That is a tabard.
Okay, yeah, so they're wearing tabards then, but they're green tabards as they run past you. And they're just like, out of the way, dwarf! You know, and they keep running.
Out of the what?
I'm a what? So they do beat you to the dock, and you see a very large, well, not a very large, but you see a large sailing vessel leaving the port. Looks like it's crewed by 2 figures.
Are they gnomes?
2 figures standing on the aft deck.
They're not gnomes, and so one's doing the steering, the rudder, whatever the fuck it's called, and one is fucking around with the sail.
There's only 2 figures on this.
You can
entire
only see
boat
2
deck?
figures, yeah,
So one's up in the rigging and one's at the helm.
correct.
Those people that Salty was talking to before?
To like make out the figures, I mean, you'd have to like run up to the edge of the dock and make a pretty good perception roll, like a 15.
I'm not good with perception rolls.
That's true. You've been having some trouble.
Well, now
I
that Salty's
don't
at
think
the
she
docks,
even
can I
saw
throw
them,
another one?
so
Sorry?
Now that Salty's at the docks, can I throw another perception?
Yeah, absolutely.
What was
I
that
don't.
about?
I was saying I don't think Delia even saw them.
Well, no, she never. Well, you
Well,
might have
no, 'cause they
brushed
got up and they
past
left
them. Yeah,
before-
you would have seen them
Yeah, they got up and
leave,
left before Salty.
but because you didn't talk to them, you wouldn't recognize a face. You know what I mean?
I'd be able to recognize the clothing.
Oh no, Salty would for sure. So you do actually recognize the 2 from the den, if you will.
So, is that why the guards are here? Because them 2 are hijacking this fucking boat?
Mayhaps. So the boat spouts the markings of the sea biscuit as it pulls out of port.
Of fucking course it does.
And the guards are just like fucking hollering, like, come back here! That's property of the Grove! So one of them readies a longbow. The other 2 just have melee weapons and fires a shot off. And it actually ends up pegging one of the dock workers.
It like hits him in the shoulder blade, spins around. Ah, what the hell?
Yeah, you just see this commoner just like spiral out and fall into the water.
Salty just kind of looks at the guard and just like his hands are just so far up in the air, like, What?
Well, as a good lizard boy I am, I dive to save the injured commoner.
Damn commoners always supporting criminals. We need to crack down.
Well, fucking yeah, haul the stupid commoner out of the water, and then let's go find all these dumbass in the bar.
Well, you go to the bar, and Ollie is passed out drunk, and the 4 gnomes are dancing circles around him. Just in the middle of the bar.
Ooga chaka.
Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga. Yeah. When the gnomes, of course, see you enter, they all freeze and try to appear motionless.
Salty goes over and just kind of, I don't know. Ollie's wearing what on his head?
The fisherman's cap.
Let's take that off his head and just kind of
Smack
him
him
on
with
the top of
it.
the head with it. Just,
Oh, who's that? Oh, Salty! Have you gone for the mountain yet?
no. Got lost. Decided to call it a day.
Oh
We're heading home.
shit! I wasn't supposed to tell anyone.
It doesn't matter. We got lost. We're heading home.
Oh, all right. What about your boat?
Your boat. Remember?
Oh, but you wanted to, not that we're doing anything, but you wanted to go for the boat. Weren't you getting a boat out of this, Salty?
Once we got home.
Oh, I'm a bit confused, I'll be honest.
We were going to get a boat. I'll just have to do something else for it. We're heading home.
Oh,
Don't have enough
alright.
supplies or money, and we'll come back a different day. Maybe next week. I don't know.
Let's go get on the bucket then.
Yep, back to the bucket.
So he heads over, hops in the bucket, gets her all set up. The gnomes start getting in position for rowing.
And screaming.
And screaming. Lots of screaming. Strangely enough, as the gnomes get on the boat, you notice there's a 5th.
A 5th gnome.
That's right.
Do you recognize this gnome?
No.
I'm gonna go over, grab the 5th one by whatever clothing he has, and haul him up by the back of the neck.
Hey, what are you doing?
You're not my gnome.
Yeah, I'm with these guys.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, where'd we set sail from?
The dwarf land?
Mm-hmm. The town started with a...
He, give me a perception check.
Roll lobster.
Oh, nice. The gnome's like squirming a lot as you're holding him up, and he's like, Angbach! We left Angbach.
Ah, you see, I said what town we leave from. That's a kingdom. Toss him off the side of the boat.
He flies off the side of the boat.
See? I got you. Didn't matter if I failed or not, motherfucker. I said town. I'll give you one good reason why I should let you back on this boat. 3 seconds. Talk.
You need another to row?
I look over the
Who's
nose.
that?
Do you?
They all look at each other and then nod.
Nod. Like, at each other or at me?
Nod at you.
Oh, synchronized.
Because they're creepy fucking gnomes. Alright, gnome. You're on. You're not getting paid. And if you do anything, fucking pat the anchor. You're going to the bottom.
Aye, Captain. Tangbach. And he lifts up his little dagger, and all the other gnomes lift up their dagger and scream.
Fucking no. Why did Scriptic have to be a rat? Gnomes are apparently more psychotic.
Well, that's just what ended up happening. I didn't intend it to be this way, but I love these versions of gnomes. So they all put their little daggers away, and they get ready to row.
Alright, well, let's head back, because we need to go talk to the king.
Salty, am I still drunk, or are there more of them?
No, you're not. There's apparently one of them that speaks common.
Don't all gnomes speak to you?
Ollie, screaming doesn't count.
Oh, I guess so. So as you guys are sailing off, it's a 2-day journey. We're doing shift work again, unfortunately.
Well, let's have Mr. English-speaking gnome be on our part of the shift, because Salty wants to keep a fucking eye on him.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
When all the rest of the gnomes are just busy,
That's right, yeah.
Like, this guy is sane, which is weird for a gnome, apparently.
Right, yeah.
It'd be
So-
amazing if like it's just me and the gnome, and the gnome that speaks common. Yeah, I'm just rowing like 2 oars, and he's just rowing 1 oar.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Ollie's rowing the other oar, and Salty's just at the end of the ship.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, I'm just a constant eye contact.
Okay, I'm fine with that. So as you guys row...
Which one's the one that speaks common?
Here, I'm just gonna... That's shift 1, shift 2.
That one.
Yeah, it's that
Turn
one.
them upside down so we can keep a track on them. Okay.
Okay.
Do we need somebody Talon or Delia for shift 1?
Oh, true.
Sure.
Hey, you're back.
Hey, you're back.
Stomach?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
So as you guys approach the first night in the
Oh, right, Zelphus. By the way, the upside down gnome with us, number 5, he's not our gnome that we lost to the sea. He's a gnome that apparently speaks common and isn't insane and wants a ride.
That's not suspicious at all.
Exactly. So he's helping row, and if any weird shit happens, he's going to the bottom of the ocean.
So as you
Oh no.
you approach the first night and the shift comes to an end and everyone's eating supper, Ollie sort of looks longingly off in the sea. Oi, Salty, you remember Guildnock much? Been years.
Been years for which one of us?
Well, for me, I've been here for 30-some years, I think. Just before you went off to be a pirate.
Well, last time I was at Guildnock would be... When did you lose that drinking competition in the bar?
3 years ago, wasn't it? That was a good one.
Has been a while.
Do you miss your family over there?
But the question is, do they miss me?
I suppose. I don't really talk to mine. I'm the only one who survived the trip.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, aside from this one, most dwarf trips don't end well.
Well, not on water. We don't really like it. I'd rather dig than swim, my dad used to say.
Well, I mean, when you got dirt beneath your feet, it doesn't go nowhere unless you make it. Water goes wherever it wants.
What about you, human? Mr. Wizard with his glowing face? Do you remember much of home?
Squalor, lack of work, theft was common. Library was nice, though. So were the catacombs.
Oh.
Beyond that, not something I'd like to remember.
I'd ask the lizard, but he seems a bit dumb. How about you, Elfie? Anything of home?
I grumble at the dwarf.
Well, that's just rude.
You insulted the lizard.
Yeah. Ollie's just trying to be your friend. You're just dumb. You're actually not even that dumb. You've got like an above average intelligence. You just don't speak his language much.
Well, he like understands his language.
That's right, yeah.
but-
I got knowledge on how to do stuff, not person to person. Sorry, Fox.
That's okay. Honestly, I didn't really come up with anything.
Oh, you fuck.
I'm sorry.
That's alright. Everyone else was winging it. You could wing it too.
Yeah, are you from the forest? Are you from an elven kingdom? Just wing it.
Well, she doesn't really want to talk about home because she doesn't feel like it's safe to talk about it.
Oh, because the gnomes, isn't it?
Yeah, she doesn't trust them.
Well, yeah, there is 4 screaming gnomes betwixt you and us. So.
That's true, yeah. What about you, little gnome? You speak English, eh? And
Common.
You speak common, eh? And the little gnome next to you just goes, eh! Screams at him.
We know you can speak common, gnome.
Well, the journey carries on then. And actually, it's fairly
Maybe
uneventful.
that's the thing with gnomes. They that's just their trigger. They're aquaphobic, so when they're in the boats, they scream. When they're not, they're fine. And the reason why the gnomes in town kept screaming is because they're just at the docks.
I guess the gnome on the boat who speaks common, he turns to Ollie when he asks, about his life. He's like, I don't really remember much of my early life. I think I was born an hour ago.
That's a bit meta.
Well, considering we've been in this boat for 10 hours, that would be weird. Let's go over the other gnomes. You're all male, right?
I think I was born a day ago.
So you were born yesterday, huh?
You could say that. I feel as time goes on, I'm forgetting how to speak.
Don't drink the water.
So the first day goes uneventful, and going into the second day, it's going on in the early morning, and the gnomes are finishing their shift. You see one of them pull out a flask, and they all sort of pour into cups and cheers and chug it down.
Oh no. Do I recognize the flag?
Yes, you do.
Throw all the gnomes overboard.
I just panic, hitting beside the boat, and just trying to get someone's attention, just like poking at the mask, the flask.
Within
Grab
seconds.
the fucking gnomes, like, just grab one gnome in each hand and hold them away from the sail.
Just the fire just starts spewing out of their mouths, and always like, oh shit! And grabs one by the feet and just starts dragging it by the back of the boat.
Just hangs him over the side so he's breathing fire in the water.
Yeah.
Actually, if we moved far enough away from the sail and held them up, could we use that hot air to propel the ship faster?
Do you want to?
Could we actually move far enough away?
Give me
that
a
it wouldn't
profession
burn the
sailing
sail?
check.
Hey! And before one.
And before one. Hey! So you do.
Wow.
Between Ollie and you manage to harness these gnomes.
Ooh.
And oh shit! And then Zaz comes. So I'm gonna say though, that just because you're sort of, okay. So Ollie's gonna be in front of the boat navigating. The two of you are behind the sail, holding up the 4 gnomes.
Yeah.
And using their
They're
hot
just shitting fire.
and you just fucking rock it. And within 3 hours, you've almost reached Angbok.
It's within
This is amazing.
sight.
It's like you're on a
Okay, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
motorboat. Like Delia's just getting fucking rocked in the back. She just keeps flying.
With the fuck is Talon doing? Is he just like fucking cowering on the deck?
I'm holding onto the
Talon's
planks
puking.
with my arm wrapped around one of the benches, just holding on for dear life.
He's grabbing it and puking his guts out.
What's the fifth gnome doing? Is he screaming yet?
Oh, he's screaming.
I think we have patented a new form of locomotion.
I've heard of horsepower, but never gnome power.
Yeah, I've heard of horsepower, maybe even like elephant power. This is ridiculous.
Either way. So you arrive at Angbok. You dock in the docks.
The bucket almost slammed into other ships.
The bite. Just like you see the dwarves like on the docks, like the fuck is ding 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 ding. Peddlers are like picking up their carts and just fucking hauling ass. Oh fuck, bro! Give me a profession sailor check again.
I think we're losing the boat, gentlemen.
Oh,
The bucket fucking hits the bank, flips up, and almost nails a rickshaw.
Damn!
Is that,
Damn!
That's a critical?
But
Yeah, it is.
as
It's
you're
critical.
midair, fucking Zoz grabs the sail, grabs an oar. I don't even know how the fuck he does it. Sticks the oar down, flips the sail sideways, just parallel parks the Bix right next to Ollie's house.
we now have a boat like 50 fucking feet inland on the docks. We flew over the goddamn bar that we drink at.
That's
All
right.
the
Yeah.
people outside are drunk off their ass just looked at their drink. The hell's in this?
Oh man. You know what, Salty? I'm good. I'm just gonna lay down. Let me know how the boat goes.
Alright, Ollie, don't let him take the boat this time.
He just fucking walks off.
Oh my fucking god.
Well, first step out of the boat, he just falls flat on his fucking face.
Fucking side, he doesn't even lift his leg. Fuck.
Alright, well there we go. We're back in Angbok, boys. Are we gonna seek seek counsel with the king?
I don't. Do you think he'll be happy to see us?
Wait a
I
minute.
think we confused the fuck out of him. We got there and back in like 3 days.
Wow, you guys work fast.
That's right.
Did you even leave?
It's 2 days there.
The contract said by midday 3 days ago. The hell did you do?
All right. So do we all head up to the throne room?
Well, but the
we
gnomes.
need to do the swappity bit thing.
Okay. Oh yeah, you made a promise.
Yep.
Well, I made a promise, and also if you walk up to the king bearing more than you promised, you might not get rewarded for that. It might just be taken as part of the contract.
True, smart. I like it. So what's our plan?
Give them the evil sword.
Well, let's go get like, at linen cloth or something,
Okay.
and like screw it, just go back in Ollie's house. He's not using it right now.
Yeah,
Close
sure.
the door, swap them around, and just tie it off with like a length of rope as opposed to the magical amulet.
Okay.
So
So
here's your cloak, elf.
so for the question, who are we handing the amulet to then?
Can I have the amulet back?
Oh, greedy goodness. Oh, I guess.
Cool.
Delighted
I
to
trust you
have
guys not to throw it somewhere.
That's
Elf,
true.
if you pawn this, I will beat you.
I
Pawn.
tap Delilah and just ask me for like the charm. Not the charm. The
Oh yeah, the symbol of Salidi.
yeah.
Well-
that.
But also the lizardman wearing a snake amulet. Big think.
That's too meta.
That is too meta.
Well,
Nah, I just want the religious amulet thing.
You want that back?
Yeah, I nod my head yes.
Okay, she would give it back to you.
I wrap it around myself.
I'm still laughing about the fucking gnome propulsion.
So, now I have one more question before we go and seek audience with the king. Are we coming up with a unified story in case they ask any questions?
Well, the lizard doesn't talk. Ollie wasn't on the contract, so nah. The gnomes just scream, so we don't have to worry about them.
Except for the one.
Well, he doesn't know anything. He just knows that he was on the boat with us on the way back.
That's true.
Mm. So did he fucked off, or is still with the other gnomes?
Oh, good question. He is still with the other gnomes, though. For now.
Oh, I'm just gonna be taking care of the boat then.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Where
grab
are
the
the
elf,
gnomes?
grab Talon, and
The gnomes are just chilling on the boat right now. They're probably actually going to waddle off into the bar. They're all like slapping each other and laughing.
Door opens, closes. 2 seconds later.
Yeah.
from both the patrons and the gnomes.
They walk into a bar and collectively put a gold coin and all their knives on the table. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to fuck with that table.
So yeah, grab Talon and Delia and start marching up through the docks, through the slums, through everything to get back up to the
So we
king.
finally we get to the king, and Talon and Delia are called in first, together.
The person with the least amount of background as to what's going on. Good. Talk to me first.
Well, but you're in together though, right now.
Mm.
So the king's like, well, okay, but so we're handing which the orb, right?
Well, Salty has the orb still locked up in his trunk.
Ah, okay.
We're gonna walk in empty-handed. They don't even have the contract. Salty has that too.
Okay, so maybe are the three of you going to go in together then?
I think so.
That would make sense.
All right.
Okay, so the three of
Don't
you
forget
enter. Sorry.
I was about to tell Baro, don't forget to mention me.
Well, I need to mention all the gnomes as well. And
Yeah.
Ollie. Ollie can have his money. The gnomes.
I thought the gnomes was a different contract with the king because
Well, I'm not sure because the contract just says 500 gold apiece. It sounds kind of like, we got a free 200 gold out of it at least, or 500 gold out of it at least, because one gnome's dead. The four
True.
gnomes, we could still pay them so they don't come kill us in our sleep, but the fifth gnome is dead. So that sounds like that's 500 free gold for us.
Okay, that's interesting. So you show up at the throne room. You're allowed in. There's the king. There's of course Goldbeard as well.
Go over to one of the, well, actually, I guess a couple of the knights guarding the king.
Mhm.
Fucking hand one of them my anvil, just drop it on him, just hold this.
Yeah.
The other one take off
Clang.
my fucking, take my chest off, and the other one just hold that.
You see one of them raise an eyebrow, like, now
That's
that's a
mine."
dwarf. Excellent, my adventurers. I was expecting you tomorrow. Well,
Traffic was light.
He looks at Goldbeard. Goldbeard kind of shrugs. He looks back to you. Did you return empty-handed, perhaps?
We returned, and we have things. But first, I pat the chest. Let's talk about exchange for the job.
Your contracts are fulfilled the second you hand over the artifact.
Now, which one is that?
Which one is the artifact?
I mean, we were in that stupid mountain for.
Braldir's artifact, the one that's going to save our kingdom.
Right. Magical mirror.
Yes. Did you find it or not? I'm very confused.
I'll show you what I found. Looks at Talon, looks at the elf. Opens the chest. takes out the linen sack, holds it like it's just a regular sack. So I guess the eye would be kind of like upside down there right now.
Oh, I see.
Closes the chest back up and locks it. Just holds the sack.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So we have an empty sack right now in our hands?
No. I have the sack, but since the eye is floating, then it would be like floating up against the bottom of my fist while I'm holding the sack.
Oh, I get you. Okay.
So it looks like I'm just holding a sack.
What say you, Goldbeard? Could this be the artifact? You see, Goldbeard sort of walks somewhat close to you. A blue glow slightly appears on his hand. And...
Goldbeard's as incompetent as the rest of the dwarves.
A few minutes later, Goldbeard gets up. My lord, that is the artifact, the one we need. It's Braldir's orb. The king's like, Goldbeard, do you mind explaining what just happened? We've been sitting here for 3 minutes.
You flew across the room after you tried to touch the sack.
No, it's nothing. It was just a wave of power, strength, this potent healing magic. Surely with this we can conquer the Ghost Shadok. The king looks at him. Very well. If you hand it over, we shall complete your contracts for you.
Right, before we do that, we have some additions to the contract.
You signed the contract as is. What are these additions?
No, them two signed it. I didn't sign it. I want my name on there for the money.
Were
I'm
you
only on
not
there as a
promised something else? Copperbuckle.
Now I'll tell you why I want my name on there.
Very well.
I hired out one of my friends down at the docks as pilot to the boat to get us to Braldir Knock. He still needs payment.
Very well.
As do the 5 dwarves waiting for us down at the dock. Gnomes waiting for us down at the docks.
We shall verify these statements. We'll put a clause that if any of those are false, the payment shall be rescinded. Painfully. Goldbeard, if you please. He goes over to you, grabs a contract, sort of asks for your hand, and when you pro-offer it, he sort of signs the contract again. So that is added in. Everyone will be paid their 500 gold.
Alright.
Not me.
That's true. Oh yeah, poor little slave lizard.
Oh, right. I guess, yeah, that needs to be another addendum to it.
Well, we
Alright.
could retcon that you said Zaz
Yeah,
as well.
hand wave, yeah.
Yeah,
The lizard and me friend and the 5 gnomes.
right.
Take a length of twine, tie it to the bottom of the sack, or the like the knot of the sack,
Okay.
and then hand that over to him. So it's like a magical floating
Like the
fucking
balloon?
balloon.
Yeah.
All right, here you go. Don't let go of that; it'll hit the ceiling.
The king's eyebrows are like, blah, 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 blah. like confused by this. It's like wizard shit. I don't know.
Yes.
And Goldbeard accepts it. Excellent, thank you. And he heads off. King, if you don't mind, I will begin studying the object. King sort of waves him off. He's like, very well, your contracts are completed. Please see the treasurer for your payment.
Is a rat following Goldbeard along with the artifact? Wait.
Give me a perception check.
I blinked.
Wow,
So,
she blinked too.
Copperbuckle just sees in the shadows a small form, essentially a rat with a large pack on his back, slinking behind Goldbeard as he heads off.
At least
Now,
it's not a spy, considering it didn't stab Goldbeard.
that's right. Not yet. Um,
Scriptic, shiny, mine!
so Scriptic's gonna be the big bad.
Explosions in the hallway.
So as you guys leave, you come up to the treasurer, and he accepts the contract, which burns up in his hand, and without even reading it, he just starts handing sacks to the party, essentially. And he hands one to Talon, which is 500 gold. Delia, 500 gold. He
Would it be
hands.
easier to just be 50 platinum?
It's specifically stated 500 gold,
Fair.
and they're very particular on their contracts. So he hands, of course, the bags to you for the gnomes. They all have their sort of names written on. Although the gnomes are, God knows what it says. It's in some language that the dwarf probably doesn't even speak. His hand moves almost as if by its own will.
Right, so that would be 2,500 for the gnomes, another 5 for Zaws, 5 for Ollie, so that's 3,500 in total I'd be getting from him.
Yeah. And then he hands you a deed, a writ, a paper.
Now let's unfurl this and read it through.
It's blank.
Look at it. Look at him. Look back at it. Look back at him. Turn it around and show it to him.
Sorry, I was busy. What seems to be the problem? Copper buckle, was it?
A copper buckle.
Yes.
Copper buckle of Guildnock, of the copper buckle family.
Right.
Right. Well, you see,
So,
gestures at the deed. I have a piece of paper from you. Now, according to the piece of paper that you burned, this piece of paper, I guess be parchment,
Mhm.
is supposed to have my name right there, and the ironclad right there, and saying I own this right there.
oh,
It says,
sorry.
parchment.
Sorry about that, Copper buckle. Let me just check the records. And he opens a book with his left hand without looking at it, puts his hand over the book, flips to a page. He reads it. It says here you are entitled to, and I quote, if you don't mind me being so verbose, the finest ship in the kingdom, end quote. Is that correct?
Aye, that's what it said. I assume that meant the ironclad on Dock 7.
Unfortunately, all the navy, in fact, after the war, became privatized. Kingdom wasn't allowed to keep its own navy anymore. It was one of our conditions, and giving up the island of Brodir Knock.
Because I've had my eye on that boat for damn on 12 years.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Unfortunately, we don't even own a dinghy as a kingdom. Is there something else I could help you with, Mr. Copperbuckle?
So, as a kingdom that owes me a boat, we don't have a boat to give.
Well, surely the kingdom could settle for a monetary dispensation equal to the sum of the original boat.
Unfortunately, you would have to speak to the king about that, and he is quite busy.
Right. I tell you what. What was the original price on that ironclad?
I couldn't tell you. It was years ago when we commissioned them from Guildnock.
I could go ask Guildnock, but I think you, as the treasurer in, or not that ledger, but I would say the one on the 5th shelf, the one with gold inlaying in the writing. You use silver in your writing. You do not use gold in their writing for shipwrights.
Oh, I love that. That's good.
I would say that one would have the price of your ironclads.
He stares at you. Unfortunately,
Eyes
my
rolled.
hands are tied, Mr. Copperbuckle, but if it would make you happy to know the original price of this ironclad, I could potentially find it for you. I
would
shall mail you the answer. Do you have an address?
In town?
Perhaps
Right,
a
well,
friend I could send it to? The receipt?
if you can't find me down at the Thirsty Devil, then you can send it to Ollie. Fuck, what was his name?
Barnacle Boots, I believe?
Ollie Barnacle Boots, fisherman, down at the docks.
All right, well, hopefully this satiates whatever desire it is you have, Mr. Copperbuckle. Good day. And he goes back to working on paperwork.
Hmm.
So, we're going to be ending the session here. Everyone, congratulations! You completed a dungeon. You did well. I think maybe the dungeon could have gone a little bit better. Part of that was my fault. I did hastily create it, and I think part of it is we do need to pick up the pace on our combats, but that's a group thing. But the role playing was exquisite. Leagues above what we did the first couple sessions. I had a lot of fun the last two, so that was really good. Excellent job. 1,500 experience to all of you. Yep. So you can just add that on. I believe you need another 1,500, and that'll be level 3 for you. So we're getting there. Is there anything anyone would like to end the session on? I have just one more sort of note that we could end the session with.
Did I
A
manage
lot
to
of
get the
explosion
boat?
echoes throughout the keep.
Oh, I'm sure Copperbuckle's steaming.
Did I manage to get the boat in the water?
Yes, you did.
Oh, right, yeah, I suppose we should go down and,
Oh, and of course,
Holy.
everyone gets 500 gold.
Ooh.
Right.
with the
I gotta
exclusion
write
of
that down.
Saltbeard.
With the exclusion
of-
of Saltbeard.
Although,
They'll know.
technically, no, technically, I have the 500 gold for the 5th gnome.
Right, but they'll find out. But you're willing to. You're able to keep that as long as you like, until they find
Well,
out.
I mean, I can keep it until, that somebody comes to collect
Comes
it,
knocking.
at which point I can bring it back up to, I want to speak to the king
Oh, that's
about
good.
reappropriating this gold
I
and
like.
discussing my contract.
Okay.
Because admittedly, 500 gold to a kingdom doesn't mean jack diddle,
Interesting.
but
Uh-oh.
So why don't you give me a? I know I'm asking a lot here, but a knowledge local history check for Saltbeard.
knowledge local.
You probably don't have anything in it, so it's just an int mod.
Hang on.
But you do have underworld connections,
That I do.
so I'll give you a +2 from that, because
Alright.
that ties into this.
Oh, by the way, how much gold was it that Delia owed him? Was it 15?
Owed who? Because you
Oh.
put it on someone else's tab at the bar.
No. Delia owed me 1 gold piece for losing the drinking competition the first night.
Oh, that's right.
one?
So
It was just one.
you're at
Yeah, like,
499, Delia.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to rob you blind because he didn't know how much money you had, so he's just 1 gold piece is all he wanted from you. Because that'll pay for a fair fucking bit of grog. Grog is like 3 copper for a mug. So 1 gold, plenty. So 18
Beautiful.
for your answer.
And I'm going to see if potentially... Talon, oh my god, you have so much history shit. I love it. Do you want to give me a knowledge history check as well, Talon?
I can certainly try. Go fucking figure. The night of terrible rolls and the night ends.
20. And you also have a +6 on that, so it's a 26. So
My
Salty's sitting there and he's like, if you don't mind, I'm just sort of gonna play out a scene using your characters. We're at the was it Salty Devil? Thirsty Devil.
Thirsty Devil.
I apologize. So we're sitting at the Thirsty Devil enjoying a little bit of drinks, just to celebrate, just to have a little bit of camaraderie and be like, job well done. Perhaps we never see each other again, perhaps we do. And just chat of the times we've had over the last couple of days. When, Copper Buckles, of course, spending most of it drunk and bitching about his lack of a boat. And he...
Hey, Copper Buckles not spending the king's gold.
Right, he's sending his own coin. I mean, Ollie probably bought you plenty of drinks.
Well, that, and also I have the Elf's gold piece, which would buy a lot of fucking...
True, yeah. I mean, I'm sure Ollie's mostly paying for your drinks right now because he feels real bad.
Well, that, and also Ollie got 500 gold out of it, so he can afford a bottle or 5.
So Ollie's like, oh, sorry to hear that, Salty. Surprised the king didn't even have, like, a boat for himself. And you're like...
figure, because you've got the escape route down there by the king's bunker. But...
Exactly. And you're saying this, and then Talon's like, wait a minute, what do I know? I'm a learned man, I've read many a book. There's an unfinished boat. Guildnock's been working on for the last, 20 years now. A new, super souped up boat for the King of Angbok, but it's never quite been finished. Now, where that boat is, presumably in Guildnock, but it would be owned by the state because it was commissioned after the war.
Well, and even then, the clause would be to surrender or disband any currently owned boats by the Navy.
Correct.
And to not build any more for the Navy,
but
it's just transferred out of the Navy's name into the kingdoms.
Exactly. We're going to end on that. Some little things to think about. Perhaps Salty might be
sending an envoy over to Guildnock.
Salty maybe even turns into the quest giver and recruits the team. Why don't we take a trip to Guildnock? I'll pay ya. And I mean, Talon and Delia don't really have any attachments currently to Angbok, or much any direction in life. And Zaz is kind of always along for the ride.
And Salty's only attachment to Angbok would, I guess, technically be Ollie, but other than that, his family's in Guildnock.
Exactly. So we have some things to think about.
I tap the shoulder on Talon and I just point at the book and point at himself. Like, teach me.
I'll teach you to read?
No, teach me to speak common.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay, yeah, enunciation.
Okay, so Talon, give me a linguistics check, and Zaz, give me intelligence.
Because, I mean, he's had common yelled at him for the last umpteen years.
Holy
what? The
My
lizard.
boy!
The lizard. Oh, what's that fucking the line from the Grinch? And
his heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Yeah, his brain grew 1 IQ that day. He got slightly little there's like a little lobe that just popped up and was like, "Hey guys, I was sleeping."
Well, his brain went from being smooth to being wrinkled.
That's right. Yeah, for the whole like fucking brain furrowed.
Well, not to mention because Zelphus has a 17 and
Plus like 7 or something stupid.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely. So as the night wanes and comes to a close, Talon does manage to teach a few basic words of common to Zaz. So we'll say Zaz is now able to, like, if like a one-word sentence you can manage. So you can say stop or come or stuff like that.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. That's exciting. That's a lot of fun.
No, see, that just says Talon is a good teacher.
Oh, that's sweet.
or that Kraz or
I would love to
Zaz-
see what they say. Like, you rolled a 1.
You've taught him dumb.
Talon forgot common.
That's right, yeah. Talon's now a dribbling wreck.
Well, he still has his other languages from his intelligence.
No.
and
It
linguistics.
gets even better because it's by proxy of dealing with him, and it's just like it's like that was in no
he
way
learned how to
at all
speak
really
lizard.
the answer.
Have him learn how to
Yes.
speak lizard, so then
Yeah.
he can talk lizard and then talk to me in Dwarven. So we have a double
Do
communication.
you know what? I actually really like that. And of course, this is entirely on Zelphus, however he wants to play the character. But at level 3, when you gain another skill point, put it in linguistics, you're allowed to learn another language. So potentially, from teaching Zaz Common, you could learn Lizardman. That would make a lot of sense thematically. It's kind of cool. And you'd learn it probably before he learns to speak fucking common. That'd be awkward.
Yeah, by the time that he can get to like understanding how the hell a vowel works, you already speak Lizardman fluently.
That's awkward, yeah. That's cool. I like that. Something to think about, though. Again, you don't have to, but it is fun. Either way, take it easy, folks. I will catch y'all tomorrow.
Now,
Yeah.
folks, catch you later.